sorry, Gooch.
so at the time, like, did you like hear about the American version?
Yeah. I heard the American version first. Seen
the K-Flock one.
D-Thing.
Oh, D-Thing.
D-Thing. I heard. Bam. You know? And then I heard that and I'm like, yo, I like this. I heard the beat. And it's crazy. I'll tell you a 6 story behind this because all these niggas remix the beat. See him? But I'm the only nigga that the producer, the actual nigga that made the beat, said, yo, go true.
What up,
with
YouTube?
that.
What up? What up? We back.
I did the song and it was trending. I didn't even know who the fucking producer was. I just, you know, boom. The nigga reached out to me and he's like, yo, we're trending in Canada. Who the fuck are you? Like, you know? Adds me. I'm like, yo, right. He's like, yo, my nigga, I just looked over your page. Your shit is crazy. He's like, yo, I'm going to send you a pack. Boom.
Nice.
Because if you listen to some of my other songs, Motto, that's Elvis too. That's the same producer from Top 5. So when we're talking about who's really doing, like, making connections off of that song, I made, like, even another crazy producer hollered at me off of my drill records that I've been dropping recently. A producer that produced a Big Drip and a couple of tracks for Pop Smoke. His name's Axel Beats. He's a big drill.
Oh, Axel.
Yeah, Axel.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
he did War for Drake.
Yeah. He linked me and he's like, yo, I fuck with your shit. He sent me a couple packs too. So we got some Axel.
And this is all off of Talk Facts.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah. They're fucking with that drill shit. You know?
So Gutsy wants to stay mixy. Sorry. This is what I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Timeline, let's go.
Because there was rumors that you were taking down people's songs as well.
Yeah, of course.
So to clear that up too, because you know,
because you know the real, fab. Niggas are gonna say whatever the fuck they want to say, fab. You get what I'm saying? But listen, bro. That's not even at the time. I didn't even own the rights to the beat. I didn't even own the rights to none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even understand how that would be possible for me to fucking do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My name is on the internet under my Spotify. I'm verified. You know what I'm saying? My name has to be on the internet. Anybody can go on the internet, go take my name and go do whatever the fuck they want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because realistically, you know, I'm putting up videos. Niggas are age restricting my videos, reporting my videos, and they're getting age restricted and shit. You know, so there's people behind there working on the computers. You know, who knows, right? But listen, for me to go take down a man's video, I don't business, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So even with like you now, as you've been rising in the game, right? Yeah. You got the check mark that popped off, like let's say about a year and a half ago, probably now.
No, not even. I got it like what? I got it like end of last year.
Shit. So like less than a year
like
ago.
September or some shit. Or like September. I think I got it. Or August last year. September, August.
Okay, so you got the check mark. Boom, check. Now I dropped videos here on the We Love Hip Hop page or on my
hold on, quick fast. Just a sidetrack, no sidetrack. And salute to everybody who's popping up on YouTube right now. Yes. Salute to anybody who's also on Kick from before. We had a nice half an hour of mixing, just a dope mix. Since Friday, when does the live start? We always start at 9:00 now, man. 9:00 is the best time, right? Okay, I was live for about half an hour before on Kick. What I just wanted to say here quickly is about the check mark, because I asked him about the check mark, and it just made me think of something quickly before I keep on letting this interview run. Remember when check marks used to matter? You get a check mark, you didn't have to pay for that shit, and now anybody can have a check mark. So it's like you wake up with that shit, and it's like, whoa, I got a check mark. Whoa, I'm 30. Now, like my check mark is a certified one. It's not one of the paid for ones. It's a certified one. You see it, but same time, like, and I'm not trying to diss anybody who pays for their check mark, but that shit used to be special. That's all I'm saying.
My personal Instagram, right? And I see the comments, and I see a lot of heart eyes. Gal them be in the comments, heart eyes.
Yeah.
And anytime we post you, okay. So the gal them are looking at the Crook like, yo, Crook's a sex symbol and shit out here.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what they're saying.
You don't know this?
You don't know that? That's the rumor.
Why is this guy trying to play with us like this, fam? You act like the gal them don't be in your DMs, fam. Like, yo,
I don't know. Crook. I got a lot of message requests, bro. I don't even see that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so my question is, knowing this, or
assuming it,
assuming that you know this, do you put out videos or songs also making sure that you cater to the women audience?
I have a few of them.
A shorter form of asking this question is, nigga, do you thirst trap? Do you thirst trap the gal them? But I'll leave it.
I haven't
ready
yet. They say they like some of the songs I put out, but I haven't actually put out any female targeted music yet. But I have a couple bangers that are, you know what I'm saying, that I'm trying to.
Yeah, but even in the bars, like, you know how, like, and I'm gonna get super rapper technical with you, right? You could be like, instead of just saying, okay, I'm gonna shoot you, whatever, I'm gonna take shorty to such and such, so that, you know, there's a shorty bar in the 16.
Yeah,
you
but
concentrate on that.
I feel like that takes away. Like, how do you go from that?
You
like,
know,
you see me, one thing about my music,
Yeah,
is, like,
you're saying
it's always
it'll
gonna
be
flow.
so far left.
It's not no random shit. It's always gonna flow. Like, you can almost close your eyes, listen to my music, and see a visual, like see a video, or see just different, like, you know, it just almost paints a picture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine I'm talking about drilling down, hop out the car, blah, 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 and then I'm like, yo, take shorty to the mall, like what the fuck, like. But so when I make a girl song, the whole song is kind of revolved around that. Yeah, I may have a 1-2 bars that go relate back to my lifestyle and me trapping or having enemies or but it's a female targeted song, which I feel like is a lot better, because instead of waiting for that one bar, you're gonna be playing this whole song, you know what I'm saying, and relating to it the whole way through, because it's targeted to you. So even now, when I do say street bars, it still ties back into why I'm even, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm gonna play some for you when we're done. You'll be like, oh shit.
Like a All I Need, Mary J. Blige, Method Man type of
watch
vibe.
what I'm gonna play for you after.
Would you work with some female artists out here?
Of course, why not? No, it depends. Out here, I don't know. You know, like I have a 1-2 females that are already out here that are cool, but like I'm not gonna say I wouldn't work with any females in general. You know, I'll work with a female artist, you know, if she's nice.
Staying on the females though. Okay. Before we get to some other things, right? Because you mentioned the things that the requests that you're not looking at, right? But the ones that you do open, what's the wildest thing you ever seen in there? That reaction right there.
Dumb shit, though. You know, this crazy shit. Like, people, it's just crazy. Like, you know, I'm not a nigga really put people's shit out there like that.
Well, you don't gotta give us any names.
Just send crazy shit. We would be sending like nudes off the rip and like all types of crazy shit. Like, you're trying to give me all types of shit.
Like videos and shit.
Yeah, but like, you know, like I don't even really pre that shit. Like, I see that shit and I was like, yo, this is crazy. Because any female that's just gonna send that off the rip without even knowing if the person's gonna open the shit, like that's crazy. That's fucking crazy, you know? So realistically, like I don't even pay that shit no mind. Plus, I'm in a serious relationship, you know? Like, so like I don't like, I respect my shirt, you know what I'm saying? So, like,
no, I respect
you know, even though I have a lot of fans, like, you know, and like, yeah, you know, I'll be like, you know, I engage with them and like, you know, I'm a positive vibe, you know, they'll do shit, they'll hit on me and shit. Yeah, thank you, but like I'm respectful, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
But other than that, like, you know, yeah, you know, girls are crazy, dog. Nowadays, it's like we're coming to that time. You know what it says in the Bible when females start acting like men and men start acting like females.
One more stare, gang.
So like,
the preaching,
holy. You know what I'm saying, fam? So like, I feel like you know, if you're looking outside and you're paying attention to what's going on in the world, a lot of shit's lining up with a lot of shit right now, you know? So my DMs is mad crazy right now, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but you were talking about like how you engage in the audience. When did you start like thinking about going on live and go to like arcade and shit like that?
Yeah, well, I was talking to Gutsy because yo, baby, you take fucking, you know, he's always
entertain the people, fam.
Because fam, I started to go live on 1-2 when I was on House, you see? Before that, I was going live here and there, but like I'm like, fuck this live shit, bro. But like after I'm on House, I'm like, yo, fuck, I'm gonna go live. You know, my followers are building. Let's see what this live is saying. I'm going live, and at first, I wasn't even doing no talent show shit or nothing like that. I would just go live and just add people and just talk. And then it became like people trying to like show me their beats or like rap for me or like do backflips and all types of shit, you know? So I was like, all right, go ahead then. You know, and people like enjoyed seeing that and they enjoyed seeing me like interact with people. When you just, with a rapper, I feel like it's very one-dimensional when you just like a rapper for a rapper and you don't really have any things to see them, how they like talk. Like sometimes
their personality.
People that make music and then you hear them talking, you're like, holy fuck, I didn't know this person had like a UK accent or something. Because when you make music, you can't tell. Like even people from the States, like you could be from the South and make music and sing and you sound totally regular. Then when you talk, you're like, oh, I'm going, shawty, like, you know, like some crazy shit. You're like, what the hell? Like, you know, so it's like, like, you know, so I feel like it's good to interact with your fans so they get to see who you are. Unless you're like a piece of shit and there's nothing exciting about you. You're not funny or you're acting or you're not who you are.
Yo, big salute to the Crook, man. Big salute to the Crook. We back. We back in this bitch. Welcome back. I've done all my sharing in behind the scenes. Y'all, please make sure to do the same. Send a homeboy a share on Instagram, Twitter, if you got one. Share this shit on Facebook. Most importantly, please smash that like button, okay? All right, just take that like button and give it a real smash right there. You know what I'm saying? We are back. I'm going to get right into my list of topics. Let me get everything acquainted here. Let me put my topics in front of the screen. Obviously, I was playing that Crook interview in the beginning of this because we are going to get into a Crook topic. That's not the first topic. First topic we're going to get into is the Mr. Lewin debacle and everything that's going on with Mr. Lewin. Then we're going to get into the Crook shit, all right? Then we're going to get into a post that I saw about Young Lava actually being detained in America. We're going to get into everything about that and maybe clear it up. You said you gave it a share on OF. Let the OnlyFans girls see what I go on too, fam. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. Okay. Also, Casper TNG opens up for J. Cole. We definitely got to get into that. There's something I missed on the list here. Malvern shootings. There's been about 9 shootings in Malvern so far, so we definitely got to get into that. Also, Toronto shootings are becoming political. We definitely got to get into that. All right. We're going to talk about the DillanPonders run through the whole of Yonge Street. All right. I got a couple of other topics that are over here going on in the Toronto scene as well as in the whole hip hop scene. Let me know if you have anything that you want me to talk about. Please spam the chat. Let me know if you got any topics, anything that you're like, Friday, yo, you missed this. All right. Let's get into what we got to get into early. Let me move my topics over. Okay, big salute to everybody who's popping out. Big salute to everybody who's popping out on Kick. Big salute to everybody who's popping out on YouTube. Who's in the building? Who's in the motherfucking building? From before, I seen Jay Chats in the building, Shyest Buds in the building, Made for Academy in the building over there on Kick. Yo, listen, I need y'all to do me a favor, man. We were on Kick. We had a party over there. Big salute to Old John Crow 416. All right, Plot to You. We had a crazy mix over there on Kick. My mixes are on point. The transitions are on point. Okay, we had a plethora of the Crook music as well as Young Lava. Y'all got to tap into the Kick. Big salute to Black Paints. All right, Wrench Gang in the motherfucking building. All right, big salute to Zakaria. Who else is in the building? Jenny Nicole, 3325 in the building. Dimitri in the building. Jordan in the building. Caro in the building. Got it in the building. Juicy Hamburger in the motherfucking building. Cash House Records. We got a good crowd over here. Fang City, one of my actually second favorite city. Toronto, obviously my. You know what? Niggas gonna get mad. Let me shut the fuck up. Y'all are third on my list, okay? I was about to say, you know what? Fuck it. Y'all are second on my list. Montreal's actually third on my list. All right. My bad. I know I'm from there, but Vancouver is a fucking amazing place. I ain't gonna lie. Who over here? Hugu Bands. Wagwan. We here, man. We here. We made it. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. All right, it's your boy Friday Ricky Dread. We are here on July 28th, 2026. It is a Tuesday night. We got a lot of different things that we got to get to. All right. Obviously, y'all have been seeing all of the news that has been popping off. And we did have an episode of the podcast on Sunday. But since Sunday to where we are here Tuesday, holy shit. The news cycle has been newsing. So what should I get into first? You know what? Let me do some housekeeping. Do remember. Go tap into our kick.com/WeLoveHipHop. Mans are verified over there now. All right, monetized page. We will be popping out at the academic show on Friday night to do an IRL stream. So the regular Friday night stream of news stuff, you're not going to be getting on Friday night because we'll be streaming IRL. I'll be back on Saturday to, do a wrap up of everything that happened on Friday night. Hopefully alive, right? I'm playing, all right? But yeah, Saturday, I'll come back Saturday night after everybody has done jumping up, and we'll do a live stream getting into the news. But we got to be outside. It's kick time. See the check mark there? That wasn't there last stream. Okay, so make sure to tap in. We Love Hip Hop on Kick. All right, kick.com/We Love Hip Hop. You're going to be getting a lot of exclusive streams over there. Actually, you can also get episodes of the podcast over there. Hold on. Let me see if I could find. You can get episodes of the podcast. All right, this is an uncut episode of episode 704 with the music, everything in there. Okay, we filmed the podcast live on Kick and over here also for the members. But if you're not a member of the channel, over here on YouTube, you can watch the podcast live on Sundays and Wednesday while we film it on Kick. All right, I got a fucking cat here on me, man. Holy shit, man. Salute to Randy. What else? Go over to our clips page. We Love Hip Hop Clips. Okay, this is the long form channel. Over here, you will be able to get any short form content. Okay, all of the clips from the podcast or from these live streams, or from the kick streams. The kick streams, I'll be cutting up those into pieces as well. So everything goes over here on the We Love Hip Hop Clips channel. Get over here, subscribe if you want to see any clips. You might have already noticed, for anybody who are the regulars over here, that you get no clips over here on the We Love Hip Hop Network channel now. All right. Now it's all long form. All right. So if it's not a podcast that I'm dropping on the day or I'm uploading, then we're doing a live stream, one or the other. All right. So it's not like you're not getting no content. We get content every day, whether it's live stream or full podcast episodes. And I got a documentary on the way. Hold on. All right, the title's in progress. It's called Toronto Teen Killers right now in my mind, but who knows what it'll be by the time that we get it down to the title and the YouTubing and all that, because, I don't know if I could put killers in the title, but it is a story about two alleged killers and 2 convicted killers that were all teenagers at the time of their killings over here in Toronto. 3 out of the 4 of them are rappers. The 4th one, I'm not completely finished with my research yet. I'm still in the research and writing phase of this right now. But yeah, we might find out that the 4th one is a rapper too. But 15, 17, and 18, all out here with hats. Okay, there's an epidemic going on over here in Toronto. The killers are getting younger and younger. But I'm done rambling. Okay, make sure to tap into both of these places, Kick as well as the We Love Hip Hop Clips channel. And yeah, that's what's up. Okay, let's get into what we got to get into. I did not think that we would be back here talking about Mr. Lewin, aka Mrs. Lewin or Mr. Slewin, right? Obviously, for the people who are tapped into the whole Toronto scene, then you guys know who Mr. Lewin is. He's a comedian out here, I guess, and he stirs up a lot of shit. All right, let's go to it quick fast. Let's check on him, see if he's okay. Lewin, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Lewin? Just give me a second. And listen, hopefully we don't have that bullshit that happened the other day when my laptop went down. Oh, no, Lewin, not now. Don't do that to me now, brother. He blocked me, gang. We were doing so good, brother. How you do that to your brother over here, fam? I never dissed this guy. Mr. Lewin. YMPH, watch his Twitter over here. Okay, these posts are protected. Now, do I need to explain from the beginning? You guys know everything's been going on with him. He's been dragged around the podcast mud. Everybody's been getting at him. Oh my God. He's a horrible comedian. All kind of shit. Okay. Yo, what is going on over here? 1 second here. Y'all niggas mean to tell me this nigga's shit got taken down? Give me a second, gang, because this guy had a story over here going on where some guy was running around talking about, dude, you was in jail for the robbery that he did. And now I think the post got taken down. Yo, that's crazy. Gang, it's gone. Wow. His whole page is gone, nigga. Let me show you what I keep on pulling up, because there was a gentleman, and I don't even remember his name now. No. This is the guy who was getting at him because he had broke some crazy story about this guy being in jail, or not even in jail, throwing his homeboy, his co-accused, under the bus. Okay. And I don't even know. Now I'm talking about it. These niggas might try to come for the damn live stream. Holy. I'm just going through my DMs right now, gang, because this is crazy. This nigga just went around and said, fuck this shit, bro. Y'all niggas is talking about me way too much, bro. You're hurting my fucking feelings, B. Holy shit, man. Ain't that some shit? It's gone for real. Yeah, they got it set on a privacy. This nigga got it set on private, bro. Wow. No, did he get it? I don't think he got his page packed, fam. Holy shit. Yo, Mr. Lewin is not playing, fam. The guy, if you go through my notifications, what the fuck is this AI bullshit? Watch Dr. Cheyenne. If you go through my noties, right? I was getting notified for 2 days straight about this shit. Friday, you're not going to comment on this shit? You ain't going to comment on this guy's shit? And I was like, yeah. I'll get to it. All right? But now, oh my God. 1 second. Let me check something. Maybe these niggas still got it on TikTok. Because that's crazy. This nigga is sensitive, bro. Let me go check on this. Let me go check on the ops. We might have to just move on to the next story. Underground. He didn't even talk about it either. Or maybe he did, but I don't see the shit. You left that on the kitchen floor, bro? That's an idiot thing. Shit, I guess I should have got to it earlier. I'll give you guys just a quick sum up, because that's a dead story. This nigga's good. I got to give him a round of applause for that one right there. Where's my aunt? Holy shit, brother. He got that one out of the way. So just a quick, recap of what the tea was going to be. All right, 6 sounds posted. I can't see 6 sounds post. Natural. You gotta send me a screenshot of it or something, fam. Or send me the raw video pause. But I can't see 6 sounds. I'm blocked over there. That's the ops. Here's the thing. He had this post of some guy who was getting at him. He said that he was one of the people who was, I guess, the Kofi's or the accomplices in his armed robbery case, right? The jewelry store robbery or whatever the fuck they did. And he said that this guy was supposed to plead so that I don't remember the exact legal things that he was supposed to do, but Lewin was supposed to plead so that his homie would be able to get off, because the guy who was telling the story, he had the strap too and all that type of shit, and he gave it to his mans because his man said, "I'll hug the charge for you." Okay, so all Lewin had to do, and this is from the story that the man told that is now off of the internet, I guess for lack of a better purpose. They all agreed to a plea, but he backed out. Yes, thank you, Scoops. They all agreed to do a plea, but then he backed out. He's, I guess to save themselves, said, "Fuck you two niggas." And then homeboy had to go and eat time as well, even though his homeboy was about to eat the time for him and hold the burner for him and all type of shit, which to me is just like, whoa, that's a good fucking friend right there, right? But, oh, man. Holy. So Friday's enemies with the whole of damn Toronto. Nah, not really. Not really. 6 sounds ain't that important. My bad. I don't know if I'm not supposed to say that, but fuck them. If I'm blocked, fuck them. All right. But it is kind of crazy though that this story has been subdued from the internet. So salute to Mr. Lewin. All right. We'll leave that one there. I guess he don't want it talked about, so I ain't gonna talk about it then, brother. I guess I just did, but bruh, find a way to stop the pylon, bro, because at this point it's just getting nasty. I was gonna even holler at this nigga, like low key. I was gonna holler at this nigga. Hold on, let me just do one more check just for thoroughness. I was gonna holler at this guy, Mr. Lewin, because I personally don't got an issue with this nigga, but to do an interview and shit, like, yo, pull up to the studio, fam. Let's.
Made in Canada, Flow 98.7 is DJ Rich. We got legendary things in the.
Let's see if we could find the Mr. Lewin post. Mr. Lewin. I wanted to, but now I can't DM him. I'm blocked. This is the youth right here.
So let me get this straight. My hard-earned money is your love language. Let me get this straight. My hard-earned dollars is your love language. Let me get this straight. My hard-earned money is your love language. So let me get it straight.
Right? Hilarious. He's hilarious. Weren't you laughing? Let's check him stand up.
I thought when Obama got in office, we were going to get like Kobe Bryant versus LeBron James at the White House. CNN was like, no, that's too black. They'll never go for it. Trump's having a UFC fight at the White House this year. Did you hear me? Like on the lawn, there's going to be an octagon with 2 white boys trying to murder each other. I thought Obama was going to build a Hennessy lounge for niggas. I'll be honest. I thought we were going to get like a private club, like when the rappers and the basketball teams in town. Like if I'm a famous comedian, I'm going to go to America and I'll be like, oh, Obama, I'm in town. I'll go smoke one with the president. You know what I mean? That's what I thought was going to happen. Fox News was like, no, that's too black. We'll never go for it.
Funny scale, 1 to 10. Funny scale, 1 to 10.
Trump just tore down the entire East Wing and rebuilt a $300 million ballroom. If you don't know what a ballroom is, it's a Hennessy lounge for the whites. This man is killing the game. I thought when Obama got...
He's a stand-up, bro. Look, he has a mic in his hand and he's standing up. Anyhow. This nigga dodged the bullet, bro. Holy. Mr. Lewin. Arrest. It's a 3? It's a trias? It's a trias? Yep, dodged that bullet. Nigga didn't get to TikTok in time with the shit. Well, shit. Now he knows that I'm freaking watching him on TikTok, so I guess this is gonna get blocked too. So look at it. Block loading, gang. Anyhow, I'm past that. We passed that. Mr. Lewin's not that important. But we do have to get to something that is way more important. Okay, let's get to this Crook stuff. All right, the Crook has been picked up. And there's like a huge raid that went down. Okay, there was a post actually that was floating around on Reddit maybe about 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 14 days ago exactly. I'll pull up the post. And I ignored it. Okay, I've been doing this, gang. I'm sorry, I don't want to be that guy, but like when it comes to a lot of this Toronto rap shit, sometimes I'll just say, you know what, let me ignore it, because if I post about it, I'm gonna have to take it down. They're gonna be like, what the fuck? You're hot, you're federal. So I said, you know what? I ain't saying shit. Okay. And I saw this post, and it was the Crook must have a boyfriend in jail, which is arms house. Like he should slap whoever description any. Yeah, that's rude. But I saw this post and I didn't bring it to the chat. Okay. My apologies. Let me see here. What are they saying? They'll be out right now. Weak case. This is from 2 weeks ago. Living off a woman is crazy. At any moment, that emotional girl can fuck your life up. They were already talking about this. Is it true that Syfe gave his Kofi name back in the day? Niggas do too much talking on the phone. The Crook will be out soon. Anyways, he works with the... Oh, my God. Anyhow, the Reddit Reddited about 2 weeks ago, but I said nothing. Okay. So now the posts have been moving around. It hit like real pages. Let me show y'all. Oh. 1 second, gang. 1 second. I got y'all. I don't mean to be all over the place like a bird shit, okay? I got y'all. I got it. I found the post. Okay? We'll get back to the Crook in a second. Salute to the Crook. All right? Salute to the chat. Run it up. Smash that like button. I'm gonna cut this when I do the repost for this. Okay, when I do the clips. Back to the Lewin story. So I told you guys this whole thing about the Kofis and the pleading out and all that shit. So I got the story here. This gentleman here, Inside Connect, right? Base Stacks. Yeah, fam, I couldn't find the fucking thing anymore. I don't know why I couldn't find the post. So let me see over here. Is this it? This is about Bizloke. This is his page, but I think he was made to take down the post. All right.
Yo, I do, and I'll tell you why. All right. The first time around I went to the penitentiary, I came out, and if I went broke, I always considered doing crime again. The second time around I went in and I came out, I remember there were times where I had nothing, less than I ever had before. And I just tried that much harder to get another job, to figure things out. Now, thank God I'm in a decent position. I got a good job. I got everything going. But there were times that I struggled.
All right. So He's been going through it. How far? Toronto prisons, Lockdown, Ontario natives. I think he was told to take this story down, bro. Yeah, he was definitely told to take the story down. Because this shit was hot as fuck.
Canada, ratting is not going to get you out of prison any quicker. It's not going to help you avoid the charges that you already caught. It's just going to make you look like an idiot. In our case, the guy that ratted on us was facing 15 years. He took the stand and pointed out 4 guys, and all they gave him was 3 years off his sentence. You see, in most cases, cops don't even respect the rats. So they'll convince a man to tell them everything they know. And then in the end, they'll end up double biting the man and not even giving them the deal that they were offered. Parole boards don't even care about rats. When you go in front of the parole board, they just want to hear you take accountability for your actions. They don't care if you told on your code. That don't show them that you're going to be a rehabilitated citizen. Canada, ratting.
So, yeah, I think they made this guy take down his post. Okay, this is the guy who made the post about Mr. Lewin. But, yeah, his shit is gone.
Oh, you get locked up in Ontario jails. Watch out for that.
Look, that's 1 month of posting nonstop and nothing spent on promotion or anything. Yeah, you had a hot fucking story, my guy. You had a super hot story. Well, listen, gang, I told you this guy was the one who broke the news. But yeah, this guy made him take that down expeditiously. Okay, we're gonna get back to the Crook stuff. All right. So like I said, there was the post that was already out here about the Crook, and it was from 14 days ago. And then today is when pages really started to pay attention. If I go to Keep Six Solid, where if it goes there, I think to me is the most reputable source. They posted about it. NMG is making headlines again, and this time is for their biggest artist, the Crook. Their biggest artist, the Crook, is in cops. Halted police make largest human T bust in force history. Toronto rappers the Crook, D-Boy Bennett, Syph, and J.R. Rippey or J. Rippey, Syph's nephew, all arrested along with Syph's sister and mother. And it says here, a woman who was victimized by an alleged criminal network in the GTA for 15 years has led Halton Regional Police to the largest HT bust in the force's history. The news conference on Tuesday, investigators revealed to the results of Project Troubadour. Troubadour. A 10-month investigation that was initiated after the victims reported the criminal activities to police in September. She was one of the 12 victims between the age of 18 and 34 that police say were trafficked across the country. But Superintendent David Constini warned there are likely many more. Unfortunately, we believe that the 12 victims, I have actually a news story. Let me play the news story. Instead of doing all this fucking reading. Let's get to it. And this is courtesy of CTV News.
Well, Nathan, investigators are telling us this was a 10-month-long investigation, and as you mentioned, it did lead to the arrests of 9 people, more than 85 charges. Now, at the news conference today, we did see some photos of the accused in this case. They also showed us some of the property that was seized in this investigation, including some cars and jewelry. Now, police are also saying that this was brought to their attention when one of the victims came forward to police. This broke open the case.
Hold on, let me check the jewelry right over here. Holy shit, man. Mans were shining. But they cut off the bottom of this chain. ATM, I see at the top. All right. They got the man's gold fronts. Holy.
saying there could be as many as 12 victims, but there may be more that they don't know about. And that's one of the reasons they are holding this news conference today, to talk about the situation. Now, the victims here were either assaulted or being used as sex workers. And in many cases, they had very little control of their lives. So we did hear from the detectives today about this case. Here's what Scott Hireman had to tell us just a short time ago.
Human trafficking knows no borders. Halton is a safe community. However, it's important to understand that commercial sexual exploitation happens across the country in a majority of our communities. It's important to talk to your kids and your loved ones and make sure that they understand the risks that are out there.
And the detective went on to tell us that deception is a key way they do this. They also use websites to attract people into this world, and they become victimized, and it's quite troubling. Police say, again, there may be more victims out there, and they want to hear from anyone who has any connection with these accused. You're asked to contact.
Wow. Yeah, and there's another more lengthy one where they talked to the police. What is this?
A second.
Okay, no. We're not doing that. Let me go back through my history. There is also another one where they speak to the Halton police and get a little bit more in depth.
And while the scope of these crimes reaches far beyond our region's borders, some of these offenders were operating and living right here in Halton. As you will hear from Superintendent Dave Costantini, the large-scale nature of a complex investigation required the support of numerous police services and agencies, including Peel Regional Police, the Ontario Provincial Police, and the support of the Criminal Intelligence Service of Ontario, with funding provided by the Ontario Government Ministry of the Solicitor General. On behalf of myself and the entire Halton Regional Police Service, we thank them for their tremendous partnership and assistance. This multi-jurisdictional investigation exemplifies the best of policing. Utilizing advanced tactics, investigators infiltrated networks designed to profit from the harm of others, dismantled their control, and delivering justice for those who have forever been impacted by these crimes. I am exceptionally proud of our officers and our partner services for the professionalism, dedication, and the ability to anchor this investigation in the heart of what policing is all about: people. What fueled and targeted disruption of this group is our shared commitment to pursuing criminals relentlessly as they pursue their victims. We hope this marks the beginning of a new chapter for the women who have endured unimaginable pain. I want them and every person who is or has experienced such suffering to know that you do not have to go through it alone. We will support and advocate for you every step of the way. Let me be clear. Human trafficking is a soul-destroying crime. It strips people, primarily women and girls, of their humanity, agency, and safety. Survivors are often conned into believing they are cared for by their traffickers, but in reality, they are being callously and strategically manipulated so that predators can financially gain from their trauma. No one chooses to be trafficked. The pain and torment inflicted on survivors is quite honestly difficult to comprehend. Project Troubadour is a stark reminder that human trafficking does not lurk in the shadows of big cities or faraway lands. Human trafficking is happening right here in Halton, in your very neighborhoods, and to the people you are unknowingly passing on the street. Our officers at the Halton Regional Police Service are committed to holding offenders accountable for their heinous crimes.
Okay, let me see some pictures.
Our policing partners, an amazing non-law.
Listen, my bad for like fast forwarding super far, but for people who usually watch these streams, you know what these guys do in the beginning. They glaze each other. We want to thank the Halton police. We want to thank the investigators over here. We want to thank the people who gave us tips and all of the great police work. They'll sit there and glaze each other and then get the next person to come in and freaking glaze before they actually get to the fucking point.
And brave woman came forward to the Halton Regional Police Service as a survivor.
Oh, You got a point here.
Morning, everyone. Thanks for coming here today. In September 2025, a strong and brave woman came forward to the Halton Regional Police Service as a survivor of exploitation.
Holy.
This resulted in an investigation into the alleged incidents that had been taking place across the Greater Toronto area. Thanks to her incredible courage, what ensued was a large-scale, 10-month, multi-jurisdiction investigation that uncovered an additional 11 victims who were subjected to commercial sexual exploitation over an extended period of time. Unfortunately, we believe that 12 victims is just the tip of the iceberg in this case. On July 13th, 2026, with the assistance of numerous police services across the GTA, namely Niagara, Hamilton, Guelph, Waterloo, Peel,
We love hip-hop.
and Toronto Police Service, our human trafficking unit executed simultaneous search warrants
Holy shit.
across the GTA at 10.
That's a lot of units at once, fam. And from from the other story that I read on the Keep Six Instagram page, and from what these guys are saying here and the other news report, it just took one girl to fuck up the whole thing. And listen, I should have said this before I even got into the segment. It's innocent until proven guilty. Okay. In the end of the day, so this is just a charge. It's not a conviction. He has literally been picked up 2 weeks ago. So who knows? He might even be on bail right now as we speak. Okay, but it's innocent until proven guilty. So we're not gonna put this as an indictment on the Crook or Siphon and the rest of the man and be like, yo, oh, they did it. They did it. For all we know, after all of these news stories and everybody's making YouTube videos on this shit, man might be like, nah, fam, wasn't us. All right, I'll play you guys a video from before, after this, where he beat a case and the judge gave 10 reasons why he don't need to be there.
10 residences, 5 in Halton, 4 in Peel, and 1 in Toronto. The following items were amongst those seized: 3 high-end vehicles, namely a Lamborghini and 2 Mercedes-Benz.
Damn!
Approximately $450,000 worth of high-end jewelry, approximately $30,000 in Canadian and US currency, and a quantity of drugs, including cocaine, oxycodone, psilocybin, and cannabis, and a plethora of electronic devices.
Yo, that's a lot of shit, man. These guys had a fucking Lambo? Wow.
Alongside our partners with the Peel Regional Police and the Ontario Provincial
Guys
Police,
are ballin'.
and with the support of our Criminal Intelligence Service of Ontario, the officers in this investigation utilized numerous investigative techniques, including wiretaps and surveillance, to identify and arrest individuals believed to be involved. As a result of the investigation, the 8 individuals you see displayed on the board are facing a combined 83 criminal charges.
Holy fuck.
Just to name some of the charges: trafficking in persons, assault with a weapon, uttering threats, instruct to commit for benefit of a criminal organization, receiving material benefit for trafficking in persons, living off avails of prostitution, advertise sexual services, possession of drugs for the purpose of trafficking, and laundering proceeds of crime. We believe that some of the accused in this case utilized coercion, deception, manipulation, and psychological harm to maintain control, direction, or influence over the victims. Let me just say that behind every exploitation investigation or human trafficking investigation, there's a person that has had their trust, freedom, and dignity taken away from them.
They're checking through the videos right now to see like these Lambos and shit, man. Like, niggas is rich. A Lambo? I can't get past a Lambo. Holy shit.
And survivors are not responsible for or defined by the circumstances that they've had to endure. In fact, I want to remind the public that it was the mental toughness of a survivor that broke this case wide open. And in liberating herself, she's liberating others. Let this be a clear message to all those who believe they can exploit and have ownership over others. The people you manipulate, belittle, and degrade, you severely underestimate their strength, their resilience, and their perseverance. Our priority, as the deputy mentioned, is not only to hold offenders accountable, but to ensure survivors know they're not alone and that our officers are committed to helping them find safety, support, and hope.
Okay, let me go forward a bit to these pictures they're going to pull up here.
Safety and security, and help you regain control over the life you wish to lead. Anyone with information or anyone who has been victimized by any of the accused is asked to contact our human trafficking unit at 905-825-4747, extension 5241. Or you can report tips anonymously through Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477. Before I say, turn it over to questions.
I think they already got enough right there from Shorty. Shorty came in through and busted open the whole shit. What do you say, swerving? I did see somebody say something about there's a difference between possessing and owning. The Crook is one of my favorite artists too, man. And like humans too. Like I know I talked to that nigga. He didn't have the video in there. He didn't have the Lambo in here.
They gon' do what? To who? Boy, look at me wrong and we purging. Boy, look at me wrong and we burning. Boom, lay his ass flat like we perm. Oh, knock his ass down, but boy, look at me wrong and we purging. I know again. This chopper knock half of the whole man.
Yo. These niggas, I'm not even saying nothing. I'm not going to be like, yo, these niggas is living their raps because, again, innocent until proven guilty. But this is wild. Let's get some of these off of the screen and let's continue.
I just want to highlight Inspector Tom Hockney, Detective Sergeant Tara Craig.
Here, the glaze. Get past the glaze, nigga.
That this is an active and incredibly sensitive investigation. While we endeavor to answer as many questions as possible, we must balance this with the need to protect the privacy of the survivors and the integrity of the investigation. Lead investigator, Detective Scott Hireman, along with Deputy Chief Hill, Superintendent Costantini, will now be available to answer questions from the floor. Detective.
The woman who came forward in September, how long has she been trafficked for? How long has this been going on?
We actually believe that she was trafficked for approximately 15 years. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
We believe that she was trafficked for approximately 15 years.
15 years?
Yes, sir.
By this group of people?
By Omar Brooks.
Okay. And so if she's been trafficked 15 years, how long has this ring been operating for?
So the information that we were provided by the victim was that she was exploited by Omar Brooks and later on by Michelle DeMarco. The information that she provided was that there were other associates of Omar Brooks that were also involved in commercial sexual exploitation. But we're still investigating what that linkage is at this time.
How old was the woman looking forward?
I'm not going to get into the details specifically, but I can tell you that all of the victims that we're looking at are age ranges of 18 to 34 years of age.
How are all these people related?
I'm also not going to divulge.
How are you not going to be able to say her age if she's allegedly being pimped for 15 years? Okay, I'm going to put again allegedly for 15 fucking years. She must be in her 30s at this point. There's no way.
The specific details of how they're all involved. What I can tell you is that there are members of the Brooks family, as you can see from their names, that are involved in the commercial sexual exploitation of women. But the actual details of each relationship, I'm not going to get into right now, just to respect the judicial process.
I'll just hop up there. Hang on, Scott. Just you asked a question on how long this was happening for. So a 10-month investigation. I think that what that does is highlights just the fact that we're targeting a tiered hierarchy. And we're not just arresting street level. We're making sure that we're mapping those connections. And 10-month investigation, I think, depicts that.
You said this woman was trafficked for 15 years. What was it that made her finally come forward?
I couldn't tell you what motivated her to come forward, but we are sure appreciative that she did. Her actions will protect other women in the future from being approached by human traffickers.
What are some of the things that this group is doing to find women, to keep women trafficked?
I'm not going to speak specifically about their methods.
They ain't going to speak specifically on nothing.
I can tell you is that human traffickers often use deception and coercion to deceive their victims and sell them a dream at times, sometimes a false relationship. It becomes a bit of a love scam for the most part. And that is the key to having a successful operation, is to make the people that you are deceiving believe that nothing's happening to them.
You found that they were running with 12 women?
So they're trying to say everybody got love bombed? I don't know, man. And listen, they're saying that this is the biggest, what's the title over here? Halton police make the largest HT bust in the force's history. This is the largest one. It's crazy.
Right.
We believe that we have enough evidence to support for 12 victims, but we believe there are additional victims.
And sorry, go ahead.
These 12 women in the press release, were they trafficked?
Listen, Cash House Records. Fuck, man. I don't want to be that guy, but you're not wrong, fam. 15 years is a volunteer, 304, cut it out. 15 years, fam? How you do, where do they do that? Where it's like after 15 years, now you mad. I'm not trying to victim blame, okay? But like 15 years and then it's like, all right, I'm fed up. What happened? Something happened. Something happened where she didn't feel like she got cut out of something, okay? Don't tell, if she's been there for 15 years, okay, allegedly, if this is like, if any of this is true, right? If she was there for 15 years, she got to be a bottom bitch. There's no way that she's not a bottom bitch. And you know what I mean by bottom bitch? Like she's one of like, she's a recruiter. She's the down from day one, 15 fucking years. These niggas ain't super old. Right? She wanted more money. Yeah, maybe. But something happened where like she felt cut out of whatever deals that she was down with for 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Fam, listen, allegedly, because like innocent until proven guilty, obviously. And then they had the Crook a while back on like a jewelry robbery where they said he stole a bunch of rollies and shit like that. The fake it till you make it thing, I don't know about faking it till they make it. Them niggas really have them whips and all types of shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether they got it off of living off of the avails, that's a whole other thing that needs to be figured out in court. Right? But when you see them niggas rocking all of that jewelry and all that, they're not sharing jewels. They're not like renting cars for the videos. Maybe they might, a couple, but for the most part, them niggas is up.
Longest 15 years as the woman came forward.
There were various timelines for each of the victims. Specifically, I'm not going to get into the specifics. There is a publication ban that protects the victims of this case, so I can't get into complete specifics about our victims. They have suffered a great deal just from the manipulation and coercion that is involved in commercial sexual exploitation. It's impossible to actually give you full answers about how they are feeling. It's so complicated that I don't think I would even imagine to get into the trauma that they've suffered. So,
thank you. If the age ranges were roughly 18 to 34 of the victims involved, and given the timeline involved in this operation, is it possible that any of the victims were minors at any point during what happened in this case?
Our investigation does not show that right at this point.
What do services now for the victims look like? How are you going to support them moving forward?
So we are offering support.
Yeah, Lady SB is supposed to be on roads right now for the same thing, right? I'm not gonna lie, and listen again, and I'm gonna reiterate: innocent until proven guilty. But that's a common thing in Toronto. Like Toronto is like a low key, a mini. Where do you get down over there in the Bay? Which city in the Bay did you get down with the PI? thing. You know what I'm saying? Is it San Francisco or Diego? Right, San Diego, right? Call Diego. Like Toronto's low key kind of like that. A lot of people allegedly have their hands dipped into the whole HT world.
All of the victims in this matter.
Look, I did a story, Golden State, right? I did a story on A Game, right? A twin group from back in the days, and their name was caught up in all of that shit and all that type of shit too. So it's not like, oh my God, when it comes to like the Crook and Syph, like those guys, oh my God, you guys are the most heinous people in the world. Like, get in line, nigga. Get in line.
Some are reluctant to actually accept help, whether it's from fear or literally being sold that dream. They don't even think anything has happened to them yet. But we are reaching out, and we have community partners that assist us. We're
Mad niggas, bro.
With Fry Society.
Bro, you could make a whole album of just all of the rappers who have been caught up in some kind of HT or what would they call it? Pimping and pandering and all that type of charge. Like a whole compilation of some of the most fierce rap niggas in the city and chicks. Well, I don't know about the chicks, but like I'm saying, you can make a whole compilation of them motherfuckers.
And we also work with Savis of Halton, and we provide or we offer support for those victims.
Y'all just listing bare names. Holy,
these arrests,
I didn't even know about some of those.
Our accused parties in jail on bail is important because this is what makes our victims feel safe, and it allows them opportunity to distance themselves from the traffickers. It also allows them to get the support that they need. Even prior to talking to the police, we are happier to see that they're getting help than coming forward to speak with us. But once they do feel comfortable, we encourage any victim to come forward and speak to the human trafficking unit here in Malvern.
What is the penalty for what these people are accused of?
And we'll have to wait and see.
Now, you mentioned that they were advertising prostitution. How are they doing that?
It's quite common to use various websites is the main way that our advertisements are sent out. I'm not going to glorify the actual website, but there are websites where ads are being posted for sessions.
Like back pages and shit like that, are they talking about? They must be talking about Backpage. And is Backpage still around? Craigslist? Yes, I see you guys talking about Scotias for the PIs, but when they're not in Scotia, guess where they at? I'm just saying, right? Most of the PIs that don't be in Scotia doing whatever they do, or a lot of them actually they go back and forth, fam. But a lot of them are like, yo, all right, we did what we did over here. Let's go to Toronto. Let's go to Montreal. Right? While I was still living in Montreal, I had a good PI friend. Right? He had his girlfriend that was like his chick, right? Which I guess was, listen, fam, I'm not in that world, so I don't know how it goes. Like, yo, like you let her go out there and work and go and knock down all of these whatever customers, and then you come home and like raw dog her, like her, right? But like we used to hang out, play fucking, what was it? Super Nintendo. This is back in the days, gang. This is before I moved here. All right, niggas playing Super Nintendo, just chilling all day. You know what I'm saying? I'm going outside to go meet my customers. I can go back in this nigga crib. I'm just chilling. This nigga's apartment was nice. I was like 18, 19 at the time. This nigga's place was nice. But he came from Scotia. He had that, you know what I'm saying? A pam. Right? And then I met a plethora of other ones when I came down here. And I was like, oh shit, that's what y'all niggas, all y'all niggas just move from Nova Scotia to Toronto and Montreal and just pick up all the gal them.
Services across the country.
Now I see Burlington all the way to Toronto. Where were these women being prostituted?
They were being trafficked across the country, actually. We have evidence to support British Columbia, Alberta,
the Scotian Ocean,
Ontario, and we believe there are other provinces involved, but we're still investigating.
And this group owned these properties?
I'm not going to get into the actual ownership of the properties.
Can you say anything about where the victims were recruited? Like a lot of them are from Burlington, where they recruited at Halton or across the country?
It's across the country is the safest thing to say without divulging who our victims are.
If I heard correctly earlier, Hamilton Police were one partner organizations involved in this investigation. Can you expand with this?
I listen, fam. I just didn't have it in me. It's not on you. It's in you. Right? Isn't that what the saying is? It's not on you. It's in you, player. It wasn't in me. You know what I'm saying? I used to see these niggas and be like, how the fuck did they do that? And like, I had games, so sometimes I smash some of their hoes for free. All right? I come through, I got the product. I'm a nice guy. They get mad. I used to know this one PI nigga. I'm not gonna mention none of y'all niggas' names if you're watching the stream, okay? Y'all niggas old now. But he used to get mad. I'd be knocking down his hoes, and I'm not even trying to they just liked me. Right? I was cute. You know what I'm saying? In my 20s. I had the bag of loud and the bag of right? Next thing you know, I'm strapping up and I'm going in. I'm going in. All right? But I couldn't convert the hoes liking me to give me all of your bread and let me keep it all. You know what I'm saying? I just it wasn't in me. It was on me. Maybe a little bit was on me, a little pimp juice. It was on me, but it wasn't in me. You feel me? I could bag the gal, but I can't make them give me all their bread, fam. That's just a whole other feat, fam. That's like, I don't know, fam. I just don't have the patience.
Just on Hamilton's involvement in this investigation.
We used the Hamilton tactical team to assist us in conducting simultaneous search warrant entries on July 13th.
Any weapons found in any of this?
No weapons were found.
Oh, sick.
Any other questions?
They're lit. You're blessed. No weapons found. You found all that. Well, they found a lot of drugs still. But no weapons? You're lit.
Do you have a total value of things that were seized?
We believe it's just under $1 million worth of property seized between the vehicles and the jewelry.
Sorry, have any of these suspects turned up in any other investigations that you've found across the GTA?
I'm not going to divulge what we know about that, but I can say they are known to police.
Where are they from?
Some of them are Halton residents and Peel residents.
Take one more question if we've got it. Okay.
Leo, is it for clout? Or men's are just like, I can't even say surviving, because allegedly, if this is true, niggas is getting rich. But is it for clout? You know what I'm saying? Because like it'd be one thing if mans are constantly on the gram flexing the shit. Like we don't even see Syph. Like where are we at? 1805. We don't even see Syph like that around like that. He barely posts shit. If anything, I might see him in my likes here and there, but I don't see him post shit. So these niggas is trying to keep all that shit to themselves. Even the Crook, you might see him pop out in his music videos and shit like that. But like regularly online, like, yo, I just made 50 racks. Yo, I just made this. I just made that. Like, nah, fam. Like the nigga pops out when it's time for a music video. You feel me? So I don't even, respectfully, I don't know if they were doing it for the clout. Allegedly.
So this will conclude today's announcement. On behalf of the HRPS, obviously we want to thank everybody for joining us here today, covering this very important investigation and arrests.
Wow, so they just kept this shit going and just had people walking around? I eat that thing. These guys just really knew how to run the fuck out of a YouTube video, eh? Yeah. So this is what's going on. All right, if you go through the Reddits, that's the talk. Let's find some of these posts over here about it. I had some links, but I'm just going to scroll through and just find the shit. Right, the Crook, D-Boy, Bennett, and Syfe knocked for PI. Look at this, 99 upvotes, 203 comments. Oh my God. People are invested. The whole family went down, even Granny. The Crook got away with that heist, and he's still committing crimes. Bruh, should have hung up his jersey in the rafters and went legit. He's bugging the fuck out, and still getting caught for shit. Oh my God. Yo, the Crook's been arrested mad times, fam. I did a video. Let me find this video here. One of the last things I covered on him actually was him like beating a case. Let's go to the We Love Hip Hop channel itself. Please subscribe. Hit that like button for anybody who's popping up in the chat right now. Let's get this to like 100 likes. We got like 100 something people in here. Let's get this to like 100 likes. The Crook judge. 10 reasons why the Crook is innocent in the $5 million heist. This is 9 months ago. What the fuck? Let me play this. I'm going to just play the reasons. Big salute to Toronto rapper The Crook as he catches a major W as all his charges are dropped from the recent October 30th, 2023. The robbery was captured on surveillance camera. Now, over here are the 10 reasons why the Crook is innocent of this crime. So let's go through them over here. The walkie-talkie used by the robbers appears similar to the ones that Collins bought at Home Depot 4 days before the actual robbery. It was entirely plausible and reasonable that Collins bought the walkie-talkies for use in his music videos Ray found. Okay, and salute to Judge Ray. Hold on, let's find out who Judge Ray is. Give me a second, gang. I need to find this judge. Loved him out here. So let's do a little bit of investigative reporting over here. I think this is her right here. Sheila Ray helps make justice systems fair and more. And this is just from the top line here. I'm not even clicking onto it. 10 pounds lighter, Ricky, for sure. Yo, they need to get her back up in there. If he gets her again, she'll either be disappointed or she'll be like, oh, you out. This is some pictures of her, if I'm not mistaken. All right. As the first South Asian Canadian woman appointed to the bench in Ontario, Justice Sheila Ray. Okay, so this might be the same lady. Hold on. It's a South Asian lady. Hold on, let's hear from Sheila. You got, damn, the judge Matumbo that one. It is unlikely that the perpetrators of such a carefully planned robbery would take incriminating evidence to a crime scene, the judge said. Damn, the judge Matumbo that one. She said, no, that's not plausible right there. Why would a criminal bring incriminating evidence to a crime scene? Like, why would a criminal bring receipts to a crime scene? Dummy. My bad. Let's continue. I know the judge didn't say that. Reason number 3, a balaclava that has Collins' DNA on it was found in the box. Again, and this is a response from the judge. Again, it's unlikely the perpetrator would take incriminating evidence to a crime scene, she said. Damn, she's the same reason again. Boom. Now, number 4, the box also contained a mask with Collins' DNA. Now, the judge responded over here. It's a reasonable inference that the items in the box the FedEx suspect picked up to carry as a part of the disguise were simply discarded at some point, Ray found. Interesting. So she finds it reasonable that those products, the FedEx, salute to the judge for that one right there also. Number 5, Collins, as seen in the video from Home Depot, looks similar to one of the robbers. This is the judge's response. There are thousands of people in Toronto who look like him. There are thousands, maybe more, black people in Toronto who are light-skinned people. We see them every day. So the judge hit her with her. The judge is like, yo, they got light-skinned people everywhere. What the fuck's wrong with you, racist? This judge loved him. All right. 8, white shoes were found in Collins' car. There was no evidence. And this is the judge's response. There was no evidence. They were the same white shoes, and the type were very common, Ray said. Number 9, Collins paid for a walkie-talkie with cash. Lots of people pay for things with cash, and there's no nefarious purposes. Like, this judge was like, she was like on this guy's side. Collins masked in Home Depot buying walkie-talkie, or wasn't masked in Home Depot buying a walkie-talkie, is reasonable. He didn't want to be spotted by his fans. She was just like, yo, fuck all of you guys over there. Like, made the prosecutor look like a turd, bro. That's a mod thing. Okay, let me just check one more thing on this, and then we'll move on to the next story. The next story I have over here is the Malvern shootings. There's been like 9 shootings in Malvern lately. Big suit to man like Randy. Let me go check out Rock Boy Ninja. 8-minute video. Holy.
What's good, YouTube? Back with another one. Before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. But let's get right into it. Now, according to reports, Toronto rappers The Crook, B-Boy Bennett, NMG Syph, and Drippy were among a group of 9 individuals who was arrested and facing 85 charges in what Alton Regional Police Service is calling the largest human trafficking case in the force's history. Now, the 10-month investigation started back in September of 2025.
Okay, we know all this.
A quantity of drugs approximately 30,000 in Canadian and U.S. currency, an estimated 450,000 in high-end jewelry, electronic devices. Now, the police did a press conference where they spoke on the investigation and they answered a few questions. I'm gonna play that video for you guys real quick.
Lead investigator, Detective Scott Hireman, along with Deputy
We saw this.
Omar Brooks.
We saw this. We saw
But
this.
what I can tell you is that
I want to hear Rock Boy's opinion.
they do feel comfortable. We encourage any victim to come forward and speak to the human trafficking unit here in Malvern.
What is the penalty for what these people are accused?
And we'll have to wait and see.
To the report, all the thing for these guys, none of the females that were allegedly trafficked were under the age of 18. According to the report, all the females were between the ages of 18 and 34. There was no guns found when the police did their raid, so that's a good thing for these guys. But it looks like the Crook cannot catch a break. Y'all remember the Crook just beat his charges? He was involved in a multi-million-dollar jewelry store robbery. They robbed a bunch of watches. They found his DNA. They found receipts, and the Crook still beat those charges. So I don't know, man. I always see people trolling the Crook online, saying he's a miskin, he's not about that life, and blah blah blah. But every time I see the Crook in the news, he's always caught up in some gangster-ish, in my opinion. Now, I'm just a sideline N-word, but to me...
Yo, the Crook will punch mans in their face still, you know. That's the thing. Like, I feel like the Crook, because he light-skinned, like a lot of people try to play like the man soft or something. But Rock Boy's right. Anytime you hear this nigga's name in the news, it's for some big shit. And it's not like I remember when I first interviewed him back in the days when he was not even him by himself. Right, when I interviewed him with Bizloke, let me see the Bizloke interview. All right, when I interviewed him and he was there with Bizloke, niggas is in my comments, bro. Yo, ask him about being tied up. Ask him about this. And then I deleted those comments, and then niggas came back with more comments. Why you deleting my fucking comments, Friday? And I was like, this is like how many years ago?
I'd be hearing a lot of people say,
where's the shot where we could see the Crook? Because he was like sitting right next to Bizloke. There him there. Here he is. This is a young, this is while he was still Killer the Crook. I want to just get to a part where he talks, but they were going crazy on this nigga. And all during that time, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I didn't know him like that, but like, I'm sure he's not no bitch, bro. The way these niggas to be talking online, like as if they'll do something to him. Like, I don't think so. I've met the Crook in person neither. And like, pause, he's not no little nigga, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna start writing.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You know what made me decide I'm gonna start writing? When I was in the hall and I
popping with this rap shit.
You didn't even have a video. You had tracks. You're in the building.
Yeah. That's what I want
to know.
That's the young Crook, bro. This is the first interview we did with him.
And in a loud, clear voice, say along with us.
And niggas is trying to play him like he was some kind of bitch in the comments over here too. They're probably still there. I'm like, wow, look at this one. Now he's arrested. Now he's arrested. All this for nothing. What happened to all of the fucking comments? Something all right.
We're not
But
there
they'll
yet.
have like off-duty boy them working in the
Yeah,
store, right?
but yeah, they're trying to shut that down. Actually, they're shutting that. They're saying that it's an intimidation to the black.
It is. I mean, like, I feel like that name was just like kind of suited me at the time, like, you know what I'm saying, about my lifestyle choices and whatnot, right?
Yeah. Yo, I remember that video. I posted it on my Instagram not too long ago. The Crook in the castle.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. So like a throwback. I thought
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You know?
Friday digs the crates of the internet.
School that archives.
That's right.
Digital crate digger, bro. You know what I'm saying? So okay. Before I got multiple interviews with the Crook. We even had a little issue at one point, but like we got cool again. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "You chop up your interviews a little bit too much." I woke up one morning, this nigga was getting at me online. But like, I fuck with the Crook, fam. I always tell people this is my favorite artist out here. Okay, as far as Toronto rappers, he's probably in my top 3 for sure.
That looks like the Crook is out there doing some gangster-ish, man. He's involved in alleged robberies, alleged pimping, alleged this, alleged that. It looks like he's out there living in his raps, in my opinion, right? I don't know, man. Y'all can let me know your thoughts in the comment section, man. But from the outside looking in, it's looking like all it takes is one disgruntled female.
Yep.
She's not happy with her role. She starts going out there, putting the business out there, letting people know things that they don't need to be knowing. When this guy responds, now she goes to the police to try to mash up his whole entire thing. And in my opinion, I feel like that's what happened, man. But y'all can let me know your thoughts in the comment section, man. But the Crook is...
There was one last thing I wanted to look up quickly. Let's look to Syph. Syph reply. Anyone remember Syph? This chick here. Anyone remember Syph? NNG SSG baby mom went off on him, went on the Icy Springer show on him. Can I hear anything? No audio? I eat that thing. Hold on. There's no way. No way. There's got to be another one. Because I remember that clearly. That was crazy. Syph, hold on. I'll find it. I might have posted it on the We Love Hip Hop page, to be honest. Because that was like that. Wasn't that far back. Syph. Removed by moderator. Oh. Yo. Listen, man. I don't know what to tell y'all because this is I'm not going to say a turn of events. It's just fucked up for the Crook. Like, I'm sure other people have said the same thing at this point. Like, man can't get a break, bro. It's just like he's been putting out great music, and as soon as his shit gets to a certain point, I think at one point he was signed to Warner. I remember, look, the Crook signed on signing record deal. Right? He had signed a record deal for a quick second with Warner. Get to the top 6 music videos, and I got a healthy list this week. And you know, there's going to be some surprise. This is before that. This is when he was just talking about signing, but he had actually had a deal with Warner for like a short space of time. Right? Is he signed? But during that time, when he got signed to Warner for like a distribution deal, quick second type of distribution deal, he ended up in the jewelry heist shit. $5 million worth of jewelry, just like bare videos on this shit, fam. Fucked up, bro. Anyhow, salute to the Crook. I'll keep you guys posted as the story unfolds. If there's any other updates that need to be out there, right, or that hits the internet, then I'll definitely be here to keep you guys updated on what's going on.
But again, I will reiterate, is innocent until proven guilty. So stand by for any updates on this once again. Quick thing I wanted to just address here, because, you know, I'd be on Reddit. And the first thing that I noticed, and I'm not going to go super far back into the Reddits to find the original ones, was this 6th shooting in Malvern this month. All right. And there's like a post from the Toronto Police Operations Twitter. It says firearm discharged Nielsen and Shepherd Avenue area around 11:30 p.m. July 20th. That was like, what, 8 days ago. Police responded to a call for the sound of gunshots in a residential neighborhood. Officers located evidence of gunfire on the scene. No injuries reported. All right, there was that. And then I seen another one. All right, here. 7th shooting in Malvern this week. Today on Bremner Trail Turn. Okay. And another shots fired post over here. And then I seen a third one. Actually, you know what? Let me pull up this post for that specific one. What the fuck is going on? 9th shooting in the Vern in month of July. Been saying it wasn't HOC. Galloway man is wanted for shooting in Malvern area. Morningside and is that Malvern area? Morningside and Shepherd. Let me know, gang, because I'm not really super educated on the East End like that. Morningside and Shepherd, isn't that still like Galloway area, or is that Malvern? All right, let me know in the chat. Is that Malvern? Okay, you said that's Boogs area. Okay, Morningside and Shepherd. Okay. Listen, fam, I'm not exactly sure where Malvern starts and stops and all that. You know what I'm saying? Morningside Avenue and Shepherd, 11:51 p.m. Reports a shooting into a commercial building. Yo, that's a lot of fucking shooting. East End. Let's see what they're saying on the news. 3 years ago, Halton, 4 days ago, Etobicoke. Because I'm seeing all of these on the police reports that are popping up on Twitter, but I'm not seeing any news reports. I do see news reports of shootings, obviously, and we'll get to that later on. Toronto man released video of sketchy 22 Scarborough homicide. We'll get to this, the U.S. consulate shooting. But this East End stuff, I'm not seeing up on the news cycle. What the hell is going on in Malvern? I don't want shootings. I want less. But I'm wondering, why are these shootings not being reported on a mainstream outlet? Look at this. They got these niggas all over the news in the thumbnail. Crazy. Consulate shooting suspects, right? It's like there's so many different types of shootings that are happening that Toronto police link recent shootings to alleged gunfire scheme. Hold on, let me see this. Before I play this, there's so many different types of shootings because the U.S. consulate one is a big deal. So I feel like that one is so big, that it's kind of like washed over all of the ones that have been happening in Malvern.
Look closely and you'll see a pattern. Gunmen in the Toronto area.
Nah, fam. I watch CP24 every day. I wake up, I turn that shit on. I might watch it like 2-3 other times during the day just to catch up on what's going on if they've updated the news cycle. And I ain't seen nothing in like East End shooting. I'm not saying like they have to report on everything. But like if there's like shootings in the area, they've reported less. Like an injury doesn't have to happen for these guys to announce it on the news, is what I'm saying.
A weapon in one hand and a cell phone in the other, capturing shootings on video, seemingly in exchange for cash.
In order to get paid, they're required to film their attacks. Who is paying for this? This is what we are trying to determine.
Police say a string of 27 shootings, including an attack on Toronto's
God.
U.S. consulate, have been traced to a guns for hire scheme, with investigators now identifying the two men they say jumped out of the stolen vehicle and opened fire.
As far as these, we'll call them cells or networks go, we believe there's multiple. The sharing of firearms is common.
These 18-year-olds and others were allegedly paid to carry out shootings, receiving their orders through encrypted apps. The targets ranging from Jewish schools to a waste management company.
You may have a transnational group or some kind of organized entity that has really a bottomless well of potential contractors.
The FBI alleges it was Iraqi militant leader Mohammed al-Sadi who ordered the consulate shooting and an attack on a Toronto synagogue on behalf of a group linked to Iran. U.S. court documents say al-Sadi was captured on a wiretap, claiming, "In Canada, we have our guys."
Has that recording been shared with the RCMP, and what is your understanding of whether it's a group or an individual that orchestrated these shootings?
I do not want to comment as to whether or not the validity or not validity of that information, but it is part of our investigation. We're aware of it, and we're continuing to follow up on it.
As police raided this apartment building in that investigation, Constable Mark Pinizzato was shot and killed. His grieving mother is speaking out.
Our family is...
Mind you, this is none of the East End shootings. There's obviously some East End shootings in this story, but this is a concentrated amount of shootings in one area. I think this needs to be spoken about.
I'm going to make a plea to the general public. Please support our police. Mark gave his life. He was determined to be the best he could be.
Now, the 19-year-old who was...
Let me do something here. Let's do a quick check, because there was multiple. Malvern. They do pick and choose, because y'all, if you guys remember The Wire, they would pick and choose in the news stories all the time. They'd be like, oh, well, whatever. This kid got shot on this day, and this politician had this other thing going on. Let's go with the politician. It's like, what? And they'll completely just leave the shit out of the news. Man wanted for firearms investigation. They at the time that I saw this and I saw a 6th one, I was like, 6? Look at this. Malvern shooting 25 days ago. Brenyon Way and Sewells Road. Yo, they're all around the same fucking time. That's kind of crazy, fam. Look at this. 11:51. The other one that I was looking at, I'm sure it was like 11:35, if I'm not mistaken. And now you got this one over here, 11:10. Anytime after 11 o'clock, bro, in between 11 and 12, yo, watch out. Anybody who lives in Malvern area, you said Malvern versus Oran Park may be a thing. I fucking hope not, man. I really hope not, man. DQ. Let me just check something here. There might be like a recent post on Dope Boy DQ. When was his birthday? Now I'm doing some. September 23rd is when he died. When was his birthday? Let's do age. Late Scarborough rapper. Date of passing. Let's find this out. I'm just hypothesizing. I know. Date of birth. Let's see. Can we find that? Born May 25th. Okay, all right. That's. I'm just trying to find different things, right? Because yes, you are right. I'm not saying that this has anything to do with the shootings in Malvern. Okay, but there is going on.
Yeah. Fighting with me ops got me fired up. Yeah, sometimes it gon' work, but I'm a passive guy. Don't care. I know that they cry. Just because I know DQ was a special guy. When we kill it,
What was that blanked part, bro?
up. Yeah, sometimes it gon' oh my god. Pistol bait. By the time I give you your Christmas gift, oh my god. I fucked your friend and then I took her Valentine. Fighting with me ops got me fired up. Yeah, sometimes it gon' work, but I'm a passive guy. Don't care. I know that they cry. Just because I know DQ was a special guy. When we kill it, obviously feels good. But it's better when CP24 identifies.
This shit like this don't help. 8 days ago, but I don't think it's contributed to the. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to even put it on books that he's contributed to any of the shooting over there. Listen, gang, I just wanted to put you guys up on this quickly. That there's been what it is the 9th shooting at this point in Malvern. Okay, in July, in 1 month, 9 shootings. The last time that we had something like this was during the time with Tyshawn Riley, when they were beefing with the Galloway boys. All right. When they were saying, oh, these guys were like, going into Malvern, allegedly, and shooting innocents and all the types of shit. So, all right, Toronto's deadliest Malvern crew, Galloway boys, Chester Lee. All right. Sixtail did a video on this. So, who knows? I don't know if maybe a beef has re-erupted or a new beef is going on, but 9 shootings in 1 month is crazy. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Especially anybody who lives in that area, like, be careful, please be careful. Another story that I wanted to get to over here is about Young Lava. There was a recent post moving around on Reddit that Young Lava was rearrested, and the pictures started to throw people off. Like, it was a new, or not a new picture, but I would say a more recent picture of Young Lava. I played some music videos in the beginning of this, just to give you guys a reference point on the look of Young Lava. So you got Young Lava here with the braids. Okay, so his hair was already long, but then I saw this post over here saying Young Lava arrested again after being released from prison in the United States after doing 7 years. He has to do 13 years in Canada for manslaughter. And here's the pictures. Gaston County lockup. Sitladine or Dwayne Sitladine or Dwayne Adrian Sitladine is the name. Booked in Gaston County jail for the following category or following charges: habeas corpus. I actually started doing some digging last night. Like I went like on a long dig last night because I was like, this don't make no sense. Because I feel like Young Lava is already here in Canada. He already got deported here to Canada to serve his time here. And from what I know, he was serving time over here in Canada. Am I mistaken about that, gang? So I went and I found the original post. It is actually on Facebook. Because I was wondering when I was looking at this, I was like, what the fuck is this? Right? Kind of looks like Instagram. Right? Like literally, gang, I checked on Reddit, I checked on TikTok just to see if the interface was the same with the stuff on the bottom. I was like, where does this come from? And I could not think of it to the life of me where this came from. And then I did some more digging and I found a post. All right. So this is from Gaston County lockup. It says Sitladine Dwayne Adrian was booked into, and this is the exact same thing that they put on Reddit, basically. But then there's other people that they have in this picture here. McClinton or Raven Nickel or Nicole. Sorry, that's a girl. Raven Nicole McClinton. Corey Deshaun Lindsay. All right. I was like, what the fuck is this page? And I started deep diving, fam. Like, I was like, all right, let me go look up Gaston County. I started looking up the records to see if I can find this nigga. This is in North Carolina. This is just a page that just posts niggas who are supposed to be locked up. I don't know. You know what? I should ask you guys in a poll. I'll ask you guys in a poll. Let's do that. Let's do that. Is Young Lava really locked up in the US again? I'll do that. Again. All right, we'll do that. Boom. All right, because I started deep diving, fam. Pause. And I couldn't find shit. Watch this. I went for another post, the DOJ doc. All right. I went in here. Canadian citizen sentenced to 78 months in prison for illegal possession of firearm. This is about Young Lava. All right, if I do Sitladine. All right. According to court documents, on January 10th, 2021, Dwayne Adrian Sitladine, 29, co-defendant, blah, 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 were spotted in Minnesota. State patrol troopers near Fergus Falls, Minnesota. The defendants were traveling between 95 to 100 miles per hour in a Chevrolet Silverado pickup with Texas license plates. When the troopers approached the vehicle, how do you pronounce this name here? Muzamiel. The driver provided an Ontario, Canada driver's license with a false name. According to the court documents, after detecting an odor of marijuana in the vehicle and receiving a suspicious and inconsistent statement from Sitladine, the troopers searched the vehicle. As a result of the search, law enforcement officers recovered a total of 67 firearms and numerous magazines, including 15 high-capacity magazines from 4 bags in the truck. 1 magazine with partially loaded with live ammunition rounds. Law enforcement later discovered a provisions federal arrest warrant from the United States Marshal Service for Citladine, which is based off a 2019 Canadian arrest warrant for first-degree homicide, fentanyl distribution, and possession of proceeds of crime. Citladine pleaded guilty on January 23rd, 2021, in 1 count of aiding and abetting a firearm possession by alien unlawfully in the United States. Was sentenced today by U.S. District Court Nancy E. Brazil. Okay, so this is back in 2021. We're in 2026. Technically, he should still be locked up over there. You know what I'm saying? He should still be locked up over there because I don't see why they would even make this post on Facebook. Why do I start watching at terrible times? Friday, aka Young Laura Ross, aka Mini Ross, the Reddit reader. That's funny. That's pretty funny still. It didn't come off of just Reddit, fam. These niggas on Reddit picked it up off of here. The Gaston County lockup page. July 24th. This is 4 days ago. So when the Reddit saw this, they were like, oh, this nigga's locked up again? And I'm like, what do you mean again? Like, he never got released. Like, even think about the logic of it, okay? Why would they let him out of jail to do what? To take a bus or a plane back to Canada so he can go turn himself in? No, that's just stupid. I think he was still locked up, and this is just bad information. Right? For the Reddit to be running with, oh, he's locked up again. Nah, locked up again. He's still there, fam. So anybody who sees this moving around, and it got a lot of comments. He's done his sentence. Like his sentence, they're just waiting to send him back here. Right? There's people who I think people are a little bit smarter. Right? I don't think people believe this. This got to be AI. Yeah, I did my due diligence last night. I was like, yo, this is not true. This is not true. And I literally just started digging in through the internet, fam. Like, yo, this gotta be some false information. So yeah, if you guys see anything like this floating around, yo, Young Lava got locked up again, that just sounds degenerate to me, fam. Because like you're literally doing mad time. If it was something where like he came home and he still has to come back here and serve 19 years. Or at least face the charges for, yeah, he has to serve 19 years. The fuck? Anyhow. No salutes to anybody in this story here. I just wanted to clear that up over here. Quick thing. Actually, good news. All right? Good news. Casper TNG and 100 Band Plan actually popped out at the J. Cole show last night. I didn't even know J. Cole was in town, to be honest. Actually, I knew he was coming here because he was in Montreal the night before. Let me pull up the post over here, courtesy of Complex. They had posted it. So the market, Casper TNG hits the stage in Toronto ahead of the J. Cole fall off performance over the Scotiabank Arena. Watch this.
I'm just fucking up in my heart. Not too many bitches I did not hit. Yeah, I think it's kind of toxic. And she keeps saying, tell me that I hit. One time,
There's actually better angles here. Let me see here. There's actually a better angle. He might have it on his own page too. Oh yeah, this is a better angle.
Around, and everyone keeps talking about this one song.
Well, let me see the crowd, man. That crowd is crazy. I want to see the J. Cole, some of this J. Cole performance too. J. Cole, Toronto. Holy. Hold on, let me show some of this J. Cole Toronto footage. Courtesy of Much Music. What, he did 2 nights out here? I know he was in Montreal the night before.
I'm probably gonna go to hell then. I'm higher than niggas that don't need a bag full of reefer. So see the glass is empty. I see a glass full of ether. Collecting his bread and mass like he a Catholic preacher. Just the kind of nigga cash you might need a calculus teacher. Eureka.
This guy's got the place packed. Obviously. Big 3. They say Auntie was going nuts. That's not Auntie. She's like 30 years old tops. J. Cole this morning in Toronto with no Drake. Leave Cole alone. Let him cook. Yo, that stage looks crazy with the car on the stage. He's got the Honda on the stage. Crowd looks like they're into it. Everybody got their phones up. Who said J. Cole? Yo, old John Crow, take that back about J. Fold. That don't look like he folding. He look like he doing all right. Hold on, I just want to see just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Thought Drake was gonna pull up. Why y'all gotta include nigga Drake's name into this shit? What Drake got to do with J. Cole in Toronto? Huh? Louder man, fam. It's from 13 hours ago. You think he was looking over his shoulder when he was like riding around on his bike in Toronto? You know this nigga wasn't riding no bike. He had the mad security. You looking for Chubbs and the goons.
Straight to the center. Let's sing this shit.
Let's go.
We love hip hop. We love hip hop. We love hip hop.
I wonder if Casper linked up with him. Does he have any posts with him? Let's go to Casper's page. Did he link up with J. Cole, a.k.a. J. Fold? Watch Casper with the plaques. The market is certified platinum in Canada. Shout out to everyone who supported this record and played their part in creating this moment for the city. Salute to Casper for that. Let's check his stories.
Local legend to the city, and I've been asking around, and everyone keeps talking about this one song. Local legend to the city, and I've been asking around, and everyone keeps talking about this one song.
Oh, Boss posted it on this page. That's dope. Salute the Boss. Salute to Dreamville.
Local legend to the city, and I've been asking around, and everyone keeps talking about this one song.
Yo, as soon as they heard that shit come in, people started screaming. Is he rapping, or is he like rapping over his? I know I could hear the backbeat, but like, is his mic on? I don't like when niggas do the lip sync thing though, bro. Or like they barely talk into the mic, so like you could barely hear them. You hear their backing vocal more than anything. That's the one thing I don't like, fam. But salute to Casper, man. Like, it's a stadium, so I guess you gotta like acquiesce to like the stadium performance type shit. But yeah, I just wanted to put that on your radar. He has been opening for J. Cole. You know what's weird about this? Quick fast before I get off of the story. Like, I know that like because he's a signed artist, they're just gonna pair him up with like whoever the biggest person is coming into town. Let's have you as the opener. But do they even match? Like, I just feel like it was a weird grouping. Like J. Cole, and don't get it twisted. The crowd was still into the tune or whatever. They heard this as soon as they heard the tune come in, you heard them screaming. So the crowd was cool. They didn't kill the mood, right? But I just feel like J. Cole and Casper TNG isn't like a match. I feel like more. Who would you see as a match for an opening act for Casper TNG? Mind you, I'll fucking take it. You ask me to open for J. Cole, I'm taking it. All right, match, no match, whatever. All right, we ain't doing Tinder over here. But who y'all think would be a better match for an opening act for Casper TNG? Like, I'm thinking like somebody like Big X the Plug. You feel me? Like somebody who speaks some gangster shit, but is like super famous. Like, I don't know. I can't say Lil Baby super famous. Did this make Casper Drake's ops now? That's an interesting question. Niggas pay for that spot? I don't think so. You know what? I don't know. I can't even say I don't think so. But, you know, they're with the label. The label might have NBA YoungBoy for sure. Oh, my God. That would be the perfect pairing. NBA YoungBoy in Toronto, Casper TNG, and 100 Band Plan got to open up. You feel me? Big X the Plug is not bigger than Lil Baby. He's not? I see him on the charts way more than Lil Baby in the last 2 years. So you might need to recalibrate that list. Oh, I got a warning on Kick. What did they say on Kick? 1 second. Multi-stream off. 1 second, gang. I just got to check on Kick. Uno momento. What kind of warning did I get? They said something about my multi-stream. Give me a second here. Multi-stream off. I'm gonna have to check that tomorrow with my manager and shit. Lil Durk would be perfect still. I ain't gonna lie. Lil Durk would be a perfect choice. All right? Says check your email. Check your email. Uno momento. Let's just do this quickly. Just wanted to give you a heads up that it looks like you're currently multi-streaming, but the multi-stream toggle on your creator is switched off, which can be seen by the following screens. Okay. There's been an update which allows you to multi-stream and generate revenue from Kick Partner Program, which will allow you. Okay. Is that what it says? Give me a second. Let me just check the screen. Let me just check my stream, and then we'll get to our last couple of stories here. And big salute to everybody who's been popping up on both platforms, yo. Uno momento. I just want to check on my Kick stream here and make sure everything is copacetic. Holy. You tell me as soon as I get partnered up, the shit starts acting fondulu to blood clot. Okay. So far, I think I'm cool. I think I'm cool. Yeah, give me a couple more names before we get off of that. At the top of the Kick chat is pinned message from support. Let's see here. It's quick reminder. Check your email when you have a moment. Thanks. Let me hide that. All right. Fuck it. Okay. All right. I got rid of that. Okay. Last couple of things I have here. And once again, salute to Casper TNG. Congratulations on that opening right there. Okay. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that all my shit is good in the back end. Pause. You know what I wanted to address here before I get off of the stream here is the shootings. Okay. The politically charged shootings. I didn't even have links prepared for this segment. I just, every time I wake up and I see like what's going on in the news, there's another shooting that happened. Now there's been a shooting that happened yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, over at the U.S. consulate. All right. This is the first thing that pops up. Toronto police investigate shots fired outside U.S. consulate.
Police in Toronto are investigating a shooting outside the U.S. consulate. This is the second one to take place at the consulate this year. Global's Victoria Femia is on scene with the very latest. So, Victoria, what is the latest? What are we hearing from authorities? What are they saying about this shooting?
Good morning, Miranda. Yeah, so we heard from police. They did provide an update this morning that it was actually a police officer who had heard the gunfire just before 5 o'clock this morning, and it didn't take long for evidence of gunfire to be located in the area of the U.S. consulate that was obviously located by police. Now, have a look at the scene here behind me. Police are still very much on scene in a very large presence. Just a moment ago, I saw forensics taking photos of the scene outside of the consulate. Now, right now, there is no suspect information, but there is a suspect vehicle. Police confirm a white sedan was seen fleeing the scene. Now, no injuries were reported, but it's unclear if anyone was inside the building at the time. Now, police, like I said, have a large presence outside of the consulate. At least a dozen or more than a dozen police vehicles are here, closing off the southbound lane of Queen Street all the way to Dundas Street West. Now, Miranda, it is expected that police will be on scene for quite some time, and the southbound lane will be closed for most of the day as police continue to investigate this shooting outside of the consulate here this morning, Miranda.
All right, Victoria, as we mentioned off the top, the U.S. consulate building was actually the subject of another attack earlier this year. So what more can you tell us about that one and who is behind that shooting?
Yeah, it was back in March that shooting had happened at the consulate, and we know that police have made arrests with regards to that shooting. I can tell you the name here. In the aftermath of that shooting, police revealed that while they had made arrests and seized firearms, the person that was arrested in connection to this was 19-year-old Zara Jabi. Again, he was arrested and does face multiple charges, and police have linked it to a criminals for hire network. So obviously some concern there. And Miranda, you may remember that with regards to that shooting, police did execute a raid in June, and during that raid, a Toronto Police Constable, Mark Pinizzotto, he was shot and killed while executing that raid. Again, that was in connection to the U.S. consulate, and the raids were also connected to synagogues and businesses, shootings in those areas as well. So lots of concern, especially
synagogues and businesses. We'll get to those in a minute.
Now following what happened here this morning.
Well, let's talk about that because this most recent shooting, Victoria, comes on the heels of 2 targeted attacks on Jewish-owned bakeries in Toronto. Just how concerned are officials about these acts of violence?
Yeah, definitely very concerned, Miranda. Now, police, I just want to mention, police have not made a connection to this incident and the incidents that happened yesterday, the shooting and then the attack on the second location of the bakery. But there is a lot of concern. I mean, Toronto police have said they will deploy more officers in Jewish communities and at these businesses to continue patrolling the area. And they say they're going to do everything they can to investigate what had happened there. Also, Mayor Olivia Chow, she had weighed in as well. Have a listen to what she had to say about these incidents.
Let's go, Crow.
Any kind of hate really have no place. And we in Toronto, we will see what else we could do. But anyone that is committing a crime should be arrested and punished.
Now, again, no connection between what
That's kind of a duh.
Happened yesterday and what happened here this morning. And we are on scene. We are expecting an update from police sometime this morning to get a little more information as to what had happened here. And maybe if there is a connection, if they can confirm that, we will keep you updated as the day goes on and as more information becomes available. But again, we do know a white sedan was seen fleeing the area after gunshots, and evidence of a fire was seen and heard outside of the U.S. consulate this morning. Miranda.
All right, that is our Victoria Femia reporting from downtown Toronto. Thank you, Victoria.
Let me find this here. Toronto shootings. Because there was the 2 synagogue shootings also. Canada's. What the fuck is this? Canada's shooting was an Indian woman targeted for her race. What the fuck is this? Hold on, let me check this out.
A tragic shooting in Toronto has left the Indian community shocked and saddened. A 26-year-old origin woman named Navneet Kaur was shot and killed in the police what it believes to be a targeted attack.
This is the one in
the
Rexdale.
incident happened on early Friday morning near the Humberwood Boulevard and
Yeah, this is the one in Rexdale.
Relaxate Boulevard. When the police arrived, they found Navneet with a gunshot wound. Emergency workers tried to save her, but sadly, she died at the scene. According to Toronto police, investigators believe that Navneet briefly spoke with the suspect before suddenly pulled out a gun and then fired one shot at her. The man then ran away from the area. After investigating the case, police arrested a 37-year-old man from Bampton. He also said that he has been charged with the first-degree murder, which is one of the most criminal charges in Canada. He also faces another charges of failing to follow the conditions of the early legal undertaking. Now, the accused accepted this. He was appearing before the Ontario court and the justice after this arrest. Police have said that the police was being targeted. It was a targeted attack, and this means that he thinks that the victim was specifically chosen and it was not a random act of violence. Investigators also said that there are no other suspects being searched at this time, and the homicide unit is continuing to investigate.
If you see any kind of delays or whatever in the stream right now, or any kind of buffering, my management is doing something in the back end.
The case has
pause.
Hey, yo, chill.
Right, they're fixing the Twitch. Or I mean the kick.
Now, a witness told Canadian media that they saw a man following a young woman before even the shooting began. According to the witness, the man spoke to her for a very few moments, and then there was no visible argument of the fight. It was very smooth, and suddenly he fired a single shot and ran away. Then people around called the emergency services and tried to follow the suspect for a short distance before stopping. At this stage, police have not announced a motive of the killing. They also said that they were whether it was a racism or maybe a hate involved in it. They're expecting it to continue the evidence, speaking to the witnesses before sharing any official info. Now, the death of
that was like last week. Fam, I'm not even putting anything specific in the chat here. Look, see, this is the one from Rexdale. Or in my search over here, I'm just putting Toronto shootings. Second shooting in a year at the consulate a day ago. Let me find the one from a couple of days ago. Toronto businesses. Let's do that. Because there was the one day ago. I'm trying to find the one from the businesses, from the Jewish-owned businesses. Let's do this. Toronto shooting. Telling you, fam, there's something going on. Look at this.
Toronto police say they are investigating after 2 locations of a Jewish-owned bakery chain appear to have been targeted in separate incidents overnight.
I think it's political.
Alessandra Carnero joins us from one of the bakery locations at Yonge and St. Clair. Alessandra, what do we know so far?
Let's go, Alessandro.
Well, Catalina, the hate crime unit is investigating this shooting. Police getting that call just around 8 a.m. this morning. Take a look behind me. Now, this happened at Kiva's Bagel Bar in the area. Police saying they received that call following reports that a window at this bakery had been struck by gunfire. Here is what Toronto police had to say.
When we as Toronto police arrived here on St. Clair Avenue, we saw evidence of a shooting, and we're continuing that investigation right now. Up on Steeles Avenue, there's been no indication of a shooting there, but we're continuing our efforts to ensure the safety of the community and the public at large. We understand that this is concerning for those that work and live in this area, especially members of the Jewish community. And we have all the resources available to thoroughly investigate this matter. Members of our hate crime, members of our Guns and Gang Integrated Task Force, and our divisional units are here canvassing the area. So members of the public can be aware that there's going to be an increased presence of police in the area conducting our investigation. I can say right now that nobody was injured in this incident as it happened overnight.
So as you heard there, less than half an hour later, police were called to Kiva's Bagel Bakery restaurant on Steeles Avenue West near Bathurst Street, where the window on the front door had been broken. Investigators, as you heard, said there is no evidence of damage being caused by firearm at that location, but it is the same bakery in terms of the brand of the business. Now, we also heard from Toronto Mayor Olivia Chow today, who said there is no place for any kind of hate in the city of Toronto. Let's take a listen to what she had to say, and also members of the Jewish community.
Olivia.
Any kind of hate really have no place. And we in Toronto, we will double our effort. Toronto police, through Project Resolute, have been guarding synagogues and Jewish community center and places 24/7, and we'll see what else we could do. But anyone that is committing a crime should be arrested and punished.
We need to redraw the line of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable here in Canada. And Canadians should be able to go have breakfast with their families at a neighborhood restaurant without having to be confronted with police tape while they investigate another shooting here in our city. Enough is enough.
As you heard there, this neighborhood shaken by the senseless act of violence.
Oh, God. Looney. Officer said, especially for the Jewish community, pay attention.
No one was injured in these 2 incidents.
I ain't saying nothing.
Police are asking anyone who may have any information or camera footage to come forward to police as this investigation continues.
Ain't nobody coming forward with shit. My theory, Toronto police released video suspect sketch of 2022 shooting. 4 extreme plots against Jewish. Yo, fam. Wagwan. Do I need to? We're going down a crazy wormhole right here, but let's go.
Ever since Hamas's October 7th attack on Israel and Israel's military response in Gaza, attacks on Canada's Jewish community increased. A new assessment reveals it could have been even worse. A June report from the federal government's Integrated Threat Assessment Center says Canadian authorities disrupted 4 violent extremist attack plots against Jewish targets since 2023. And that the attacks were inspired by the so-called Islamic State, also known as Daesh. The report also states a 5th disrupted plot involved a Canadian who traveled to Israel. It specifies no attacks or disrupted plots targeted Canadian Jewish communities this year to date, though it says threats targeting Jewish communities in Canada and the West will likely continue at a steady rate over the next 6 months. The report was not intended to be public. Global News obtained it and verified the information.
It is chilling to see it affirmed in the ITAC report.
The Center for Jewish and Israeli Affairs' Noah Shack notes while recent Statistics Canada data shows hate crime overall slightly decreased in 2025, the percentage of religious hate crimes against Jewish people remained nearly constant.
That's significant. It shows that there's a consistent challenge that needs to be confronted with regard to these crimes.
The report says some violent extremist trends will continue to increase while others will diminish. On balance, it concludes the national terrorism threat level should remain unchanged at medium, meaning an attack is a realistic possibility, but not likely.
My blood pressure is building, Styles. Now I'm getting to the part where my heart is starting to beat, fam, and I'm not even worrying about like the monetization or whatever. This shit's getting deep, fam. That's what's really guaning right now, bro. I asked in a poll here, is this political? This is multiple shootings in a short space of time. Is this shit political? Did I even make the poll? I'm sure I made the poll. Let me refresh my page here because that's some crazy shit, fam. This shit's making me uneasy. Sure, I made the poll. Not that I I'm some front-facing business owner with a brick and mortar type store or whatever type shit, but like just this level right here. Okay, there we go. There's the poll. Are the shootings politically charged? 64% of y'all believe that they are. Right? There's about 14 votes in there, nothing crazy, but most of y'all do believe that they are. Oof, I can't put that on the screen. Holy. There's a John Harris video about how there's a link to Iranian proxies and attacks on USA Israel communities, embassies and military bases. Am I going down this wormhole? Are you talking about like just like recently did he make this video? This nigga's up. The real reason the U.S. can't be beat. Middle East explained. Oh, these are like 3-hour videos. Oh, I need to get into. Listen, I don't know who this guy is if he's like a problematic person, but I need to get into this nigga right here. Pause. Oh, you found me a new channel, fam. Does he have anything about Canada in here? Did something 5 years ago. Why Canada and India are fighting? Tell me why.
Canada's Prime Minister just accused India of assassinating somebody on Canadian soil.
Potential link between agents of the government of India and the killing of a Canadian citizen.
Let me explain why this is a big deal. Hardeep Singh Nijjar moved to Canada from India and was a leader of the Khalistan movement, an effort to create an independent state for Sikhs, a religious minority in northern India. The Indian government called this guy a terrorist and has been trying to arrest him for years. Nijjar found refuge in Canada, where nearly 1 million Sikhs live. That is, until recently when he was gunned down by two men outside of a temple in Vancouver. India denied any involvement in this, but Justin Trudeau's accusation that India was involved means that there's at least some credible evidence here, but we just don't know yet. The whole thing is causing some real tension between the two countries, and it's right at a time when the West is trying to strengthen its relationship with India as a part of its efforts to counterbalance China. So I guess now we just wait and see what evidence comes out. If you want to better understand global politics...
Jeez. Okay. Listen, I'm going to go check this guy out, and I'll probably come back with a video reacting to some of his shit. Let me subscribe to him so he's in my algos. And y'all do the same. Subscribe or you're distant, yo. Hit that subscribe button, man. But yeah, I think that all of this shit is politically charged at this point. If you see more shootings happen in the next few days, besides the hood shit that we've been seeing, and even some of that shit, like once you go up the ladder, we might find some politicians in the mix somewhere. But as far as like the U.S. consulate, multiple Jewish businesses, I think it's all connected, and something we're going to start seeing more and more of this as the days progress. All right, just my opinion. I got one more story for you guys. Okay, I'm not going to do a super long live today, but I'm going to end it off on a good note. I want to give a big salute to DillanPonders. All right, y'all know who DillanPonders is? All right, can I get a 1 in the chat if you guys know who DillanPonders is? DillanPonders, Toronto rapper. Maybe I should pull up some of his music. He don't shoot people, right? So I'm sorry if, gang, don't leave. He don't shoot people. My bad. Okay? He's not arrested. He's not hemmed up in any kind of cases. He don't got no human trafficking. He don't got no drug bust or gun bust. I'm sorry, gang. He's a good guy, and he just makes good music. All right? Are y'all okay with that? And he's doing good things in the community. DillanPonders, 2 years ago, Night Walk, 1.7 thousand. It's not so great. But 6 years ago, Planet Ponders, 12 million views. He's got a gold plaque for this. You feel me? Let me play a little bit of it. Copyright time. Let's go, man. Fuck it. We're doing it for... I'm going to get you guys to a good story in a minute, okay? DillanPonders is doing good things. I just want to reacclimate you guys with who he is. Tune. Let's go.
Let me go. I be folding mans like laundry all day, man. Watch me fold. Intricate without spitting, got the more got me close. I've been different since public school. My nigga Kurlani knows.
All right, salute to DillanPonders. So, the reason I bring up DillanPonders is because he is actually doing a run to the whole of Yonge Street. Okay, for the people who don't know, Yonge Street is the longest street in the world. I think from what I heard in a news story, it's about 90,000 kilometers. Oh, sound effects, my bad. I told you, good news, good dude. I'm not even going to say good youth because he's a man, right? He's a big man, married and shit like that. We did an amazing interview that a lot of y'all motherfuckers didn't watch because he don't shoot people and get arrested, okay? But I'm going to play the interview. I woke up. I told y'all I'll be waking up. I turned on that CP24. And I'm like, a lie. What's DillanPonders doing there? Right? I go to his Instagram page. He's flexing. Y'all, listen. Toronto rappers, keep doing all that dumb street shit. See how far that shit gets you. Look at this nigga.
DillanPonders joins us once again on CP24 Breakfast this morning. Great to see you.
Right? Go and stay the fuck out of trouble. This nigga was homeless. I'll play you a clip from the video in a minute when we get nearer to the end of the segment. But this nigga was homeless on drugs. and now he's running the whole of Yonge Street. Watch the man. Watch the man. Pause. Okay, pause. All right. Let's go, Dylan.
Well, you may recognize our next guest from a challenge that he took on a couple of years ago where he ran, 100 marathons in 100 days to shine a light on men's mental health. Well, now DillanPonders is back with a new endurance challenge for a different cause.
In just a few days. This Thursday, in fact, Dylan is running the entire length of Yonge Street to raise money and awareness for homelessness in Canada. It is a cause that is deeply personal to him, having experienced homelessness himself more than a decade ago. And we're so happy that DillanPonders joins us once again on CP24 Breakfast this morning. Great to see you.
It's great to see you guys too. Happy to be back.
Absolutely. So a lot has happened since we last spoke with you about that 100-day marathon challenge.
I know.
Tell us why you're choosing this new challenge. 90 kilometers down Yonge Street, the longest street, I think, in the world. That's basically 2 marathons in one go, more than almost 2 marathons. What?
Jennifer looking like a snack.
I know the inspiration is to raise awareness for homelessness, but your music career is taking off. Everything's going roses, but you're still very, very passionate about this.
You know, having experienced homelessness about a decade ago now, there were a myriad of complications that came with that reality. But one of the most uncomfortable realities was this feeling of being invisible. I'm currently helping to raise money for the Canadian Alliance to End Homelessness. Their link is in my bio. But beyond that, I just want people to start having conversations about the human beings experiencing this, rather than viewing homelessness as just a part of society that we can't do anything about.
Can you explain, Dylan, for viewers who, and quite frankly, even myself, who don't necessarily understand what it sometimes means? Sometimes it's obvious, but in other cases, maybe we don't understand what it means to be experiencing homelessness. What was, and I realize they're all different. What was your experience? Can you talk a bit about that?
You know, I ran for men's mental health awareness in 2024 because mental health is so important to me, and it's important to all of us. It's just as important as our physical health. Most people who are experiencing homelessness are also
Get your mental health checked. It's just as important as your physical health, the man said.
Experiencing a lot of mental health issues. They are both one and the same. But unfortunately, though this is a systemic problem, people tend to view homelessness as something that just is. Not really looking at, what can I donate? How can I help? Maybe I should start looking at these people like human beings rather than just a part of the sidewalk. And mental health issues were why I fell into homelessness. I was experiencing addiction and all types of darkness when I was experiencing homelessness, and I was also suicidal in that chapter of my life. So my empathy runs really deep, and no matter how successful I become, I'm going to shed light on things that matter to me.
I'm happy to hear that. My next question is, how did you get from your, lowest rock bottom to where you are today? What was that moment that shifted for you, whether or not it was running or a person who asked you how you were feeling? I'm sure many people, even ones who aren't homeless right now, might be wondering, how did you manage that transition?
It was a communal effort, but it first started with me recognizing that I needed help. I used to pretend everything was okay, even though it wasn't. It was way easier to put on that face, like, I'm fine, everything's okay. And I was breaking on the inside. So it started with being honest with myself, and that honesty.
This is a smart guy. I wish more people listen to this motherfucker speak, even besides his raps, because he spreads a lot of knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Led me to find therapeutic outlets to express myself, negate depression, because depression will lead to integration. But to express myself through writing, creating, and all of the avenues that everyone.
Yeah, W's in the chat for DillanPonders for real.
Now.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan, mental health is an issue regardless of sex, but certainly for men, I mean, there still feels like a stigma about talking about it, admitting that you don't feel good, which some people suggest is admitting weakness. I don't believe that, but there is that. So how do you overcome that? I mean, look, like you're in great shape. You're physically like a tough-looking guy, right? But inside, people can't see necessarily what's going on. And so I'm really curious as to how you think we can keep that conversation going. I appreciate your run. We'll raise awareness, but we got to get people to have those conversations, those honest conversations.
Exactly. This run is to remind people that we are all one human family.
Talk about it.
And vulnerability is strength. The best writers, the best artists, the best athletes, they are the best because they are authentic, and that authenticity is because they are vulnerable.
Yeah.
Vulnerability is strength.
Say that again. For the people in the back, the artist in the back.
All one human family. And vulnerability is strength. The best writers, the best artists, the best athletes, they are the best because they are authentic, and that authenticity is because they are vulnerable.
Yeah.
Vulnerability is strength. And as a man in this society, we are rooting for stoicism whilst forgetting that we have emotions that need to be addressed. Yeah. So this is an all-encompassing run. It is to ideally aid people in helping to talk about what they can do to help in their community, and to just remember that these are human.
Don't do that, Erno. I see. This guy has an ulterior motive. I just can't prove it. All right, you got to go dig into his past, see what you can find. The man just got married not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken. Watch him.
This is my wife. I met Ali in 2017 and we've basically been attached at the hips. We didn't become official in 2021, but we've been best friends since the day we met. I met her at a dispensary where we ended up working in the front lines of the legalization and decriminalization of medical and recreational cannabis. This was shortly before the government ignored.
I can't show all that, bro. You're going to get me demonetized for all that cannabis and stuff. I did interview him. Ain't nobody watched the shit. All right. Yeah, I'm salty. I'm bitter. 734 views, niggas. What the helly? Look at these. Look at this. He has a Guinness Book of World Records. He got the Guinness Book of World Records for making a song, for releasing, not even making a song. Fuck just making songs. Simultaneous releases of music, of songs. Every week, I think he did a song for 90 consecutive weeks. 20-week consecutive release. For the context, you got 120-week consecutive releases on streaming platforms.
Yes. So the record is for 90 weeks.
Okay.
But I have been doing it for 120 weeks. I started releasing weeklies just to showcase what maniacal consistency looked like. I wanted unconventional results as an independent artist, so I had to start practicing some unconventional methods.
Right.
So I wanted to start releasing every single week because it's something I knew I could do. I live in the studio. It's in my crib. I record every day. I'm in the studio 5 hours a day.
Yeah.
About 60 to 65 weeks into my weekly journey, a couple of my fans hit me up and they're like, yo, bro, like you're in uncharted territory. Like no one has been releasing weeklies this long on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, AudioMac, which are DSPs.
Yeah.
And you should look into like trying to get the credibility stamp that you deserve for this like maniacal release output.
So I'm going to stop you for a second. So when you first started releasing this at the 65-week point, you weren't even thinking about the Guinness Book.
Didn't matter to me. No, like
okay.
I
never trust light skins. All light skins unilaterally across the world. Nah, fam. He got the thing, the certificate. He talks about it right here.
Tangible certificate, because when you look this up on Google within the next month, 30 to 60 days, it'll be substantiated on Google, which is fine by me.
Yeah, and to be able to be substantiated on Google, let's check. Guinness, how the fuck you spell this shit again? Guinness World Record for song release. Let's see. Look. Consecutive weeks, DillanPonders, and who's this other guy? Bradley Younger achievements, a streak of 138 consecutive weeks releasing an original digital single starting July 6, 2022, and concluding on February 26, 2025. That's your guy. We get it. Nah, fam. Like, the man is doing a run for fucking mental health. I think that's something that should be highlighted rather than, fam, I did all of the Toronto rap crazy cases and, what do you call it? Getting rid of other cases that are not true. What's the fucking word? You know what I'm talking about. All right. Dismissing or whatever the fucking cases that are not true. We did all of the degenerate bullshit. Okay. Niggas shooting and human trafficking and all that shit. Can we have one good news? One good rapper who's not fucking getting into trouble and successful? The nigga bought his mom and his dad a house. For you, you're winning to the point where you're able to buy your mom and your dad a crib. Big salute to the sponsors, Diamond Club Selection, 7 days a week. Salute to Diamond.
Oh yeah, it's getting to a point now where I can take care of my family.
Yeah,
and that's all.
734 views. Y'all niggas don't know who he is. He's taking care of his family off rap, not off of selling drugs, not off of moving bitches, off rap.
Always been my goal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, man. I've been watching, and we're gonna get to it in the conversations about the two different sides of hip hop.
Oh yeah.
But before
totally.
we get to that, right? One thing we also have in common. I'm going on. What would it be from 2011 till now? That's what, 13 years? 13 years sober I'm going on right now.
Hey man, congratulations.
Right?
That's absolutely massive.
Right? He's got nail polish. Turn it off. For me, I went away. That was my rock bottom when I was in the orange jumpsuit, in the pumpkin suit as they call it over here.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, listen, don't get it twisted, okay? And we'll end the segment here. Don't get it twisted. It's not like I'm there bumping the niggas' music every day, so I'm not glazing in them type of ways, right?
Not a drink in 3 years.
I'm not on some glaze like, oh, he's the most greatest human in the world. Like, I saw this on CP24, and I was like, this needs to be highlighted. You know what I mean? And it just reminded me that this is one of the list of good things that this guy's trying to do in life. That's a W in my opinion. You feel me? We got into the whole mental health conversation in here, and positive or lies. Give me a second. Let me process y'all niggas, bro. Holy fuck, man. What can I do, fam? I'm showing y'all a nigga's a positive nigga. It's a lie. I show y'all niggas the negative niggas. Too much negative people. What's up with all this negative rappers? These degenerate guys, they don't even make good music. You're always talking about them Friday. Okay, let me talk about this guy who's doing good things. He's literally took on Thursday going running from fucking Queens Quay to God knows where Yonge Street goes to. Oh, I don't know about that one. You're running for mental health? Are you sure? No, know about that. You might be lying. He might not be actually doing the run. You might be doing the run for nefarious reasons. Who y'all want to see? I can't show you the negative. Oh, you know what? Let me not get it twisted. I can show you the negative niggas. Niggas would be like, oh, these guys are too negative. Views, run up the views. Okay? I show you the positive niggas. Oh, he lying. Who you want? Just let me know. I told y'all in the beginning of 2026 or in the end of 2025, I'm just staying on bang, bang, shoot 'em up. Murder, murder. Y'all remember that rant? Murder, murder, murder. Kill, kill, kill. You remember that rant? I went crazy at the end of 2025. I was like, fuck all these positive niggas. I'm not showing y'all niggas nothing positive no more. You ain't watching the positive. I went crazy. I was like, if they ain't kill nobody, I ain't showing y'all niggas shit. Right? And then I started saying to myself, fuck, man. Yo, why every thumbnail is, this is bad. This is horrible. It got worse. He's locked up. Arrested. I'm like, it's the We Love Negative fucking story network. You know what I'm saying? So I started feeling a little bit bad myself. Like, damn, why so negative, nigga? Oh, shit, bro. Can we get one light story? Can we get one rapper who's not crashing out or doesn't have to pay exorbitant amounts of money in legal fees? One? Come on, Rick. What's wrong with you? All right. I present to you, DillanPonders. Fuck out of here. He a motherfucking liar. We don't believe you. You need more people. Oh, what is that? What color is his eyes? He got that good hair.
Peace now.
Congrats, bro.
Yeah, man.
Congrats,
Thank
man.
you, bro.
One thing also, right? Hold on. What color? Oh, them blue-eyed devils. I'm not running out of ideas. Niggas is not running out of crash outs, fam. There's a million crash outs a fucking month, bro. Don't worry. I just spoke about three different stories of people who are like, quote unquote, crashing out or getting arrested. All right. So we covered that. I'm kind of taken back. I try to say something, show y'all something positive. I'm like, yo, niggas, I'm at home. I'm over here at the crib like, yo, watch when I show these niggas this positive shit. They'll be like, see, this is why we fuck with you Friday. Right? You know what I'm saying? You keep a balanced content diet. Right? Oh, you know, thanks for putting us onto some positive shit. I look in the chat. I don't know about this guy. He looks like he's lying. Are you really going to run or are you going to take the bus up there and then pretend you ran? All right? I'm sorry. I will never bring you guys anybody who's doing anything positive ever again. All right? We're going to get back to the next stream. Trust me. Just shoot them up, bang, bang, murder, 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 kill, kill, kill. My apologies, all right? Salute to DillanPonders. Keep doing your thing. You fucking positive ass nigga. Fucking caring about people's mental health ass nigga. Fucking you keep caring about people's home situation, trying to make people not homeless ass nigga. Fuck's wrong with you? Huh? You trying to show off, nigga? Trying to make us look bad? Fuck your positivity, nigga. Right? There you go. All right. I ended it on a negative note for you guys. I think that's why GTV making a rise in the podcast sphere. Oh, here we go. Hold on. All right, salute to DillanPonders. You made it just in time, brother, right before the end. Or were you just sitting there in the chat the whole time? Yeah? I swear I must have blocked this nigga like 3-4 times, bro. You're my biggest fan, my nigga. All right? And salute to GTV. I ain't got no problems with them niggas. Nigga keep on mentioning GTV like I'm going to be like, oh my God, they're doing better. They've been getting some views lately, like So that's what they're supposed to do. Holy shit. Like, you're not hurting my feelings, bro. You're actually making me happy, bro. What? An ecosystem is building? Great. What am I supposed to crash out? Because you're telling me something positive? Fucking weirdo. Just watch and shut the fuck up. All right? Salute to GTV. Salute to Uncommon Sense. Who else I'm going to salute before I get out of here? Salute to Extra Gravy. Salute to Relentless Diaries. Salute to Flow 98.7. All right? Who else I got to salute? Salute to Steady Mobbin. Come on, fam. I'm not a hater. We try to make shit greater. But yeah, man, salute to everybody over there in the chat. Thank you, thank you. We've had a good live today. Make sure to hit that like button on the way out. We'll be back tomorrow on Kick for the podcast taping as usual. Actually, we'll be back early tomorrow. We got to shoot one more pilot. All right. So we'll be back tomorrow, full live stream on YouTube for probably about 10-15 minutes. And then we're going to take it to Kick for the recording of episode 705. There we go. 705 of the We Love Hip Hop podcast. All right. So stay tuned for that. And for the members, you all will be able to see that over here too. All right. Like I said, make sure to hit that like button on the way out. We are off of this. Deuces.